Alright, hello, welcome in, stargazers. How is everybody? Hello. Welcome in, Johnny, welcome in, Time Zero, welcome in, Western Fox, welcome in, Dark Turtle Knight, welcome in, Arknights, welcome in, Babylon, welcome in, Zangetsu, hello. Hello, Uncreative, hello, Blood Suli, welcome in, how are you guys doing today? Hello, and Zangetsu, thank you for the pin, I appreciate it. Hello, hang on. There we go. Hello, Catch, welcome in. Happy snapping. Make sure this is all set where it needs to be. Alrighty. Oof, I had to, the Google Play thing did not come back. So I had to set up Moo Player, but thank you, Vesta, for helping me set that up. I appreciate it. I'm not gonna answer you, but hello, welcome in. So we were able to get it figured out. We were able to get Moo Player working, but yeah, Google Play is not working still. So that's interesting. Fondue cheese for everyone, it's on the house. Now I feel bad for you thanking me right after I said that. Finally she joins the light side of the force. The nice thing is that it's a higher resolution. I do like that a lot. It is a higher resolution. Not, like, crazy different, but enough that I notice. Doing alright, aside from waking up at 4 AM today. Oh no. Same for me, after the update, I uninstalled the game. What, to go with Moo, or? Yeah, I mean, Google Play is the official one, so... official PC client soon, hopefully. Yeah, I mean, it's good that there's, like, backup options, at least, but that was a little bit nerve-wracking today, for sure. A little bit nerve-wracking. But it's all good, I think we got everything set up. And we don't have to bother with any emulators, hopefully. Hopefully it'll still be good, though. I have everything, just, like, trying to get everything set up where I need to so many multiple times. Google Play started crashing, yeah. Yeah, after the update, it doesn't open anymore. I wonder if they'll compensate anyone for that. Ugh. That's the one thing I do like about the login system, though, is that it's very easy to get back in. I do have to give props for that, at least. Alrighty. Apollo Prime's win. I don't know, we'll see. Alright, so today's gonna be a lot of records, and, well, one record that I was supposed to do, but no, we don't need to. Oh my gosh, whatever, fine. I was supposed. No, this one's. I can't talk over this one. It doesn't work very well. There we go. What was I saying? I should have done one of the operator records first so that we could have started on the comic, but you know what? It's fine. This will get us back into things, hopefully. Alrighty. Well, we got a lot to go through, so we should probably just jump right in, right? I don't know, I feel like I'm... I don't know what I'm doing right now. Are we gonna gamba for Egyptian Cat, Chocolate Edition, and Sound of Music Fox? Probably not today, because I'm entirely on Johnny's account, so I don't think I want to mess that up. Maybe afterwards. Maybe at the end, I'm not sure yet. I do not want to mess up anything right now, though. Alright. Gamba, maybe at the end. Nonetheless, on his account. No! I'm not doing that. Johnny just DM'd me and said he doesn't mind if you spend all his rolls on TD, so it's okay. You guys are terrible, you know that? Goodness. Maybe at the end if we're not exhausted by then. I don't know. I only want to do an up to 10 just to try to see if we can get Fox, but that is all. This is true. No. I'm not doing that. Oh my gosh, you guys. Maybe someday in the future I'll feel comfortable enough to do viewer polls, but that is not today. You guys are ridiculous. Alright. Let's jump in. I'm still trying to get used to the controls, so let me see if I can get this right. We're going to pause this. We're going to activate this now? How does this work? Okay, there we go. And we will jump in here. Hopefully everything is set.
No one will bother you.
Hello, Dingbucker. Alright. Alrighty. Make sure everything is set up the way it should be. Alright. And I don't have the alert thing on because I was trying to hide it for the manga. Alright. Sorry, I'm like weirdly nervous today. I shouldn't be though. All good. Him, her, henchman, snaps. Amazing. Oh, amazing. Alright. Let's see here. Gnosis. Okay. What? Yeah, okay, yep, that's gonna be interesting. Alright. Starting point. At first, Gnosis did not like Ensiodes one bit. Alright then. Three times the foul beast has flown past the window. Perhaps it had already flown past many times before Gnosis noticed it. The foul beasts of Yerag build their nests in the mountains. The adults leave their nests before the sun rises, foraging in human lands. The cold climate has made them strong and sturdy. Track the flight of a foul beast, and one will find that they traverse half of Yerag in the span of a single day. At least, that is what the books at home say. Let's continue from where we left off yesterday, then. The institutions of Yerag share certain characteristics with Victoria. The three clans are analogous to the Grand Dukes of Victoria, while the Vinebead Court performs some of the functions of the king. By understanding Victoria's institutions, you will gain a greater understanding of where the two systems are similar, and an even greater understanding of where they are different. Do you concur, Master Ensiodes? I think I know what you mean. Yerag's institutions are built upon faith in Yeragander. Therefore, despite the similarities with Victoria's institutions, they are fundamentally different. As written in the Yeragander, the three clans formed a covenant with Yeragander to lead the people. The mantle of authority is merely an insignificant reward. On this point, the relationship between the three clans and the Vinebead Court is fundamentally different from the relationship between the Victorian dukes and the king. Excellent, Master Ensiodes. Gnosis pays no heed to the exchange, letting his mind wander and imagine the foul beast outside, the winding gliding on the winds. These foul beasts are smart creatures. They are waiting for leftovers from lunch that the kitchens will throw out soon. The silver ash food is among the finest in Yerag, after all. After they have had their fill, they will fly towards Lake Silbernaherz, frolicking on the meadows there, or interact with the burden beasts basking in the sun. If they are lucky, they will be thrown a scalesis or two by the fin catchers on the ice. When the sun sets in the west, they will return to their warm nests and put an end to a productive day, like someone who has just finished a hard day of work. This concludes today's lesson. We will have our regular short quiz now. Gnosis stares at the quiz paper. He finds the questions even easier than a foul beast finds looking for food. His mind wanders to how foul beasts live their entire lives between looking for food and sleeping, interposed by the occasional territorial conflict, day after day, year after year, until they die. It seems almost like there is some kind of law governing it, because the foul beasts of Yerag do not appear to ever think about flying beyond the mountains. Time's up. I had 2 questions that I wasn't sure about. What about you, Gnosis? Let me guess. You finished ages ago. Some of your answers are different from mine. Now, Master Ensiodes. Master Gnosis grew up in the Edelweiss Sea of books. Your advantages lie elsewhere, do they not? Is that supposed to console me? Put it another way, the higher Master Gnosis's academic achievements, the more help you will receive as the future head of Clan Silverash. Very well. Shoot, I need to meet Matterhorn. I'll be going. Of course. Say, Gnosis. One moment, please. Gnosis. Did you need something, Ensiodes? Oh, it's nothing important. Here's your last test back. Full marks, as usual. Your grades are spectacular, Gnosis. You're the brightest student I've ever seen. Thank you. I can already picture you on a bigger stage when you study abroad in Victoria. Patriarch Olifer's study abroad policy is practically tailored to you. But this supposed signature of your father's is forged, isn't it? I'm guessing you didn't think you could keep it hidden forever. Your family will eventually find out, after all. But the longer it takes for them to find out, the better your chance of making this a done deal. This is the best you could do. But it's not enough. Tell me, Gnosis, what do you think of Yerag after learning about Victoria's institutions? Don't worry, this is a private conversation. You can trust me to keep a secret. It's backwards and inefficient. What do you think about Ensiodes, then? He will be a respectable leader. But I don't understand him. What don't you understand? His sense of duty, like he was born to lead Yerag. Ah, good. You're even more radical than I thought. It appears that knowledge has given you more questions than it has answers. Yerag is clearly too small for you, Gnosis. I don't know. Don't fool yourself. You would forge your father's signature in order to study abroad. You want to get out, don't you? My father would never agree. Your little trick won't work, but I can help you. I can act as if I never noticed. I could even pretend to have seen your father and gotten his consent for you to study abroad. Why? Because you're like me. I'm on your side, Gnosis. Friends help each other. I helped you. Now I need you to help me with something. Hey. Gnosis! Ensiodes, you're back? I was going to ask you to come along, but then you had to stay late. Go along where? The first train that Father purchased from Victoria is making a test run today. Do you want to watch? Why me? Because we're classmates? Plus, aren't you interested? It's a train! Yerag's first ever! I'm not interested. I'm going home. The words die in his throat. He could imagine what awaits him back home. His mother preparing dinner, waiting for his son to bring good news about his studies. His father buried in his research in a sea of books, with eyes only for the millennia of Yerag history. He probably does not know what time it is. He probably does not remember what his son is doing. When he reads something that excites him, he will call out to his son. Then his wife will tell him that his son is studying with the son of Master Olafur. He would mutter a response and continue with his research. By the time his son came home, he would have forgotten what he wanted to say. He would talk non-stop at the dinner table about what he discovered that day, and what he would discover the next. To Gnosis, his father is like a drowning man, stretching out his hand to tell his son about all the mysteries hidden in the lake. If that is the case, well, what's the answer? Are you going or not? I'm going. That's more like it. Shh. All right, the coast is clear. Why is the scion of Silver Ash acting like a thief? Because father won't actually let me watch. Why? He says that the train is still being tested, and it might be dangerous. Then I'm curious. There's so much to learn about engineering, science, and literature every day. It makes my head want to explode. But it's things like that we have to learn, so I want to at least see what learning these things could do for me. You don't like them either? Well, I didn't at first. But I found a way. A way? I began thinking about what knowledge can become. For example, all the knowledge about engineering that eventually becomes a train. I found that it motivates me to study when I actually get to see the things I read about. You're so strange. Am I? Just imagine, this train will let us traverse all of Yerag in a single day once it enters service. And we built it with our own hands. It's exciting, isn't it? What is it? You're even more childish than I thought. I don't want to be like my father, always engaged in a battle of wit and will against nobles and merchants from abroad. He doesn't even smile when he's with his family. He didn't used to be like that. You're going to be a leader. You need to get used to it. Maybe. If that's the case, then at least I'll smile and laugh to my heart's content before I get to that point. Say, I used to think you were one of those people whose brain is filled with Yerag history and nothing else. But you're always watching the foul beasts outside the window. That's when I began to think that you may be different from how I imagined. Well, do you enjoy observing them? No. The train's about to stop. Let's get off here. We'll get a terrible earful if we're found out. And Siodes. Yeah? Would you accompany me somewhere? All right. Why did you bring me here? Friends help each other. I helped you. Now I need you to help me with something. Bring Siodes. I want to have a chat with him, too. I'm not sure, but the teacher said he wanted to see you here. He did? Who's there? No need to get excited. Just letting Master Ensiodes take a little nap. Sir? Take him. Righto. Now, be gentle with the young master. Don't worry, I'll be careful. He's our money, after all. Who are you? Just a tutor who is hired to instruct the scions of Clans Silverash and Edelweiss. Being a tutor doesn't pay that well, though, so I started a little side business. What do you want? Don't look at me like that. You brought him here, didn't you? Why, you... My dear Master Gnosis, did you really think I didn't talk to your parents? Just as you suspected, your father refused to consent to you studying abroad, and your mother is against it too. You believe you can make this a done deal, but my feeling is that they will come after you, no matter how far you run. I'm helping you, Master Gnosis. If you want to leave Yarag, get away from this boring, dead-end life, tell your parents and Master Oliver that Master Ensiodes and you will be sowing your wild oats for a while, and you don't want to be disturbed. Master Oliver, it's me, Gnosis. Yes, Master Ensiodes is with me. I'm sorry, we sneaked onto the train. I just wanted to let you know, so you won't worry too much about us. No, he hasn't caused me any trouble. It was When will we be back? Gnosis looks up to see a flock of fowl beasts streak across the sky. A young fowl beast separates from the flock, flying off in another direction, beyond the snow-capped mountains. The northern wind often gives fledglings reckless courage, the belief that they can break the ironclad rules, but it is often cruel reality that awaits. He's known this. He's known he is not ready. Perhaps he would still try to fly beyond the mountains, but not in this way. Don't worry, we'll be back soon. Any movement? No. All right. I hope you brought good news. I talked to them. They won't suspect anything for a while. Looks like you kept our deal. How did these people... Well, if you really want to know, they just marched in like they owned the place. Yarag is too primitive. This might be the easiest job we've ever done. What are you going to do to Ensiodes? Easy. Make Master Oliver pay a little price for his carelessness. Then, we head for Victoria. We? Yes, we. Did you think I was going to fail to uphold my end of the deal? Isn't that what crooks do best? Now, don't be so sarcastic, boy. You can hate me now. I'll send you to school, help you learn whatever you want. All I ask is a little favor every now and then. It's a good deal, isn't it? Ensiodes must be hungry. I'll bring him his food. Sure, you can say goodbye. Oh, I didn't expect you. I thought it would be somebody else. Are you sure about revealing your involvement? Things won't go well for you if I somehow manage to get out. You sure are confident. Just a little joke. My family... They don't know yet. Yes, with your cover story, it'll take them some time to realize that I've been kidnapped. Our teacher sure is thorough, isn't he? It's time to eat. How am I supposed to eat with my hands tied behind my back? Go on, feed me. Thanks. The taste's not so bad. Aren't you scared? Sure, I'm scared, but that won't help. I was thinking maybe I should get used to this. Are you out of your mind? This is the state of Yerag right now. So weak that this may not be the last time something like this happens. Are you going to leave Yerag with that man? None of your business. I would say it is, given that it was passage brought with my safety. I suppose you're right. Why? Did you dislike Yerag? I don't dislike it. I don't know. I don't understand why people like my father would bury their heads in history, obsessing over the events of the past. I can't help but feel the urge to run away when I think about how I'm supposed to become a scholar like him. Ah, your father. We've met a few times. Not the easiest man to get along with. I should have invited you to my house more often. Maybe I wouldn't have had to deal with my two sisters so much if I introduced you. I doubt I would have gotten along with them either. Is there anything you want to do once you get out? I haven't decided. Well, that's not good. But then, my father says that he began his studies with no particular goal in mind, then began to find one along the way. You're the one in danger. Stop worrying about me. Come now, Gnosis. What? You wanted to leave Yerag because it's boring, am I right? Not entirely. You wouldn't understand. I suppose I wouldn't. Not entirely, at least. But what if I told you that I can make Yerag less boring? What? I haven't told anyone else. Keep it secret for me. I understand why Father says that Yerag is weak and needs to learn to accept compromise. But I'm getting tired of seeing him bow his head to foreigners. It's like you said, boring. We need to be stronger, tougher, fiercer. Let the foreigners know that they can't walk over the people of Yerag so easily. Shh. All right. Visiting hours are over. What are you dallying for? The boss is looking for you. I'll watch this one. Do you always carry an arts unit with you, Gnosis? I took the scenic route. Don't move. I'll untie you. I felt safer when I was tied up. They don't see Yerag as an equal partner. Give them an inch and they'll take a mile. Makes sense. I'm sorry. I didn't know he would do that. I'm starting to like you, Gnosis. Oh? I thought our little chat was proof enough that I forgive you. This is this, and that is that. Getting you kidnapped and rescuing you after having second thoughts are two different matters. That's what I like. So, you have a plan to get away? A sliver of one. I've been thinking about it. So you came to rescue me from the get-go? That's not what I said. Gotcha! What's that? Trying to scratch an itch? Surrender, and maybe the boss will let you off easy. In your dreams. You won't get away! Well, that was close. Can I ask a question? What? You're intentionally making noise along the way, right? Like how you used arts in that fight just now. Yes, because... here they come. This was not smart, Gnosis. I agree. Can you tell me why? It's true that I don't like my life right now. I don't know what kind of life I want. But that doesn't mean I want to leave with you. What a shame. You've lost your one shot at freedom. Here, you'll never know how big the world outside is. Not necessarily. How do you know that world doesn't lie in the future of Yerag? My dear Master Ensiodes, do you really think that Victoria will allow you to develop? Victoria takes pity on Yerag at the moment because you're too weak. They will reap the fruit that belongs to them when the time comes. You're only developing for their sake. I've heard this many times, and my answer is the same as my father's. We'll see. Huh. Do you think you'll get the chance? You're a long way from town. Even your father realizes you've disappeared. It'll take a long time for him to find you. No one will save you. No. You outsiders don't know Yerag. A lot of wild bird and beasts live in these lush forests. Before the people of Yerag learned to domesticate them, this was where they caught wild bird and beasts and tamed them. You're hiding in one of the old ruins that they left behind. Bird and beasts? What are those docile animals going to do? Common misunderstanding. Bird and beasts are not naturally docile. The tame ones that you see are the result of centuries of domestication. In the wild, bird and beasts are... What's going on? Over there! Bird and beasts! A whole stampede of them! Wild bird and beasts don't like to be disturbed while they're resting. Get them! You better know how to ride a bird and beast, Ensiodes. Ha! Who do you think you're talking to? Excited to cry. Good boy, good boy. Acid cry. Sorry to interrupt your rest. You can go now. Low cry. We should be safe now. Yes, the commotion has probably caught the attention of people in town. All we need to do is hide until they find us. Then, well, let's hope Master Olifer's fury doesn't extend to my family. What are you talking about, Gnosis? You're the hero who rescued me. You must be joking. No excuse can change the fact that I... What does it matter? Friends are supposed to forgive each other's mistakes. Friends? Friends. Matterhorn has been with me since I was little, and Weiss's situation is kind of unusual. I don't have any other friends. You'll be the first. Let's make a promise, Gnosis. What? I'll make Yerag big enough for you. And you'll stay. What kind of promise is that? No good? If we're going to do this, we'll make Yerag big enough for the both of us. You're on board? You did say I'm the first friend you've made other than Matterhorn and Weiss. I did. You're my first friend, too. Alright then. Such a wide-eyed optimist. I'm sure this young boy will grow up not troubled at all. And that is the story of how WZ and MG became friends. I can see it though. Wholesome little schemy baby boys. Aww. John knows this. Oh, that's so and that is the story of how WC and MG became friends. I love that. That's great. Oh my gosh. Oh. I like the bird and beasts. Very much a fan of those designs. Those are fun. Alrighty. Woof! They are cute. I like them. Big floofers. Alrighty. I think we're moving on to the manga at this point. I don't know how long the manga is. I don't know how long it's gonna take in terms of stream, so we're just gonna have to do our best, okay? Oh. We'll hope that this works enough in my head. I get really nervous about reading the manga because, like, it's all on me. I'll try to do my best. Okay. We are going to... How are we gonna do this? 2 chapters, 100 pages. Lovely! Alright. We'll see what I can do. Okay, we're gonna add this. And then I'm going to, I'm gonna go back here. We're gonna mute this for a second. We're gonna jump out here. See if this works. I have to jump out here. And then I need to go into, here, not look, not look, not look. Just try to get away. There we go. Go over here. Add this back. Good. We did it! Alright. Okay. I feel like this is best as we can get it working. Alright. Let's hope this works. I have to... Okay, I'm not paying... Bleh! I get very thrown off. I have this up, but I need to look down. Okay. Alright. Prelude Suite. Keen Edge, Silver Blade. Alright. Late Autumn. 1089. County Sykes, Victoria. Time really does fly, Enciodes. 3 months you've let me rot, since buying me from the GCC. Our competition night has cabin fever. Because you've been planning this important due for so long, no? Quite. And today is your time to shine. 3 months ago, Kashimasian border. That's enough. Come at me, the lot of you. Prepare to charge! The Black Knight is wounded. Victory is within our grasp. We must hold fast until Roy arrives. Stand down! Phew, that was close. Roy the Lazarite shows himself. You seriously think you can touch me? Oh, come now. The Darksteels just sent me to greet the Black Knight. How's your shoulder? Your concern is touching. But having spent so many arrows on me, I imagine the Darksteels feel more wounded than I. I'm here to convey the will of the General Chamber of Commerce. Henceforth, the Armorless Union will cease our pursuit of the Black Knight. This upstanding gentleman of Yerag behind me has parted with a considerable sum for you. A Yerag lordling shackled up in Victoria, journeyed thousands of miles to Kazimierz to squander a ruinous sum simply to buy a disgraced knight a way out of the GCC's clutches. Surely this isn't in aid of my impending role as a new ambassador? Certainly not. However, now is a fine opportunity to present yourself as such, no? Presuming your intel is accurate, our informants are reliable. Viscount Walden's Harvest Festival reception is certainly one of the largest in the Castor Duchy. While the Duke herself shan't be attending, the Viscount wouldn't pass up such a fine opportunity to assert his influence. After all, not 6 months have passed since receiving his Sykes fiefdom. Even with the Duke's blessing, there's likely many nobles who discount him entirely. Such as that Baron Stewart you spoke of? Indeed. He is exceptionally heroic. Meritorious military service in his youth garnered him power, and he de facto controls Sykes. Incidentally, the very demesne that Viscount Walden was apportioned. Even with flawless intel, such a farcical performance at this reception is incredibly risky. Considering you can barely afford this car, it's a huge gamble. Are you really ready for this? I told you, we have reliable intel and a sound plan. I asked, are you ready? What did I tell you? Blowing all that money on such an unbridled beast. Not worth it at all. It'd have just been so awful to just listen to me. I concede. It's a gamble we can't back out of. But nevertheless, Walden and Stewart's standoff is our best bet. It is precisely our unified front at the table that tip the odds in our favor. I believe you're well aware that you are the key to our victory, Degenbracker. As for whether or not I'm ready, ever since I departed for Victoria 6 years ago, I've been ready. And as for now, our knight has surely been ready to do what she must to repay me. Don't worry, I'll give it all I've got. Thank you. I'll be taking the role of a distant relative of Duke Castor's. The Black Knight in tow as my escort. Our objective is to speak with the Viscount and strike a deal. The perimeter guard has been doubled. Shameless intimidation tactics. Yerag. That's correct. This is Mr. Silverash of Yerag. He is relative of the Duke. The lady here is the Black Knight of Kazimierz, 3-time major champion. The Viscounts and Duke seals are indeed genuine. Please go right ahead. In light of tonight's ceremony, the Viscount has ordered every attendee to be stringently vetted. My apologies for the hassle. Yerag. That is a gorgeous illustration. Looks like Viscount Walden invested blood, sweat, and tears into this affair. Being a martial figure, ever since the Duke granted his fiefdom, he's been keen for a chance to flaunt his authority. The Harvest Festival reception is the perfect stage. That's the Viscount's eldest son, Carly. Unsurprisingly, he's tonight's main attraction. It's a tight operation. Hey! Then I'll make the first move as we planned. Stay safe. Pardon me, milady. Would you happen to be the Black Knight, champion of the Kazimierz Major? I am. Wow! It really is the Black Knight! Who could have predicted meeting her here? I'm quite the fan. I attended your every round of the Major. I even have an archive of your earlier bouts at home. Julie, remember where we are. Forgive me. Please excuse my lack of manners, milady. It's just, to meet you here is so unexpected. You're too kind. I appreciate your support. Please excuse my improper reception of my supporters this evening. After all, it is only at Mr. Silverash's pleasure that I am able to attend this reception. Pleasure is mine. Look, it's the Black Knight! I can't believe I'm seeing her with my own eyes! Would you be adverse to a photo together, milady? Goodness me, I was wondering what all the hubbub was about. I didn't expect to, especially the Black Knight here. Tom, my good man, what a delight! I never imagined the respectable president of Dalton Commerce would be a tournament enthusiast. I'm not as clued up as the young folk, but even I've heard of the illustrious three-time champion, the Black Knight. Incidentally, young man, you look rather familiar yourself. It has slipped the good president's mind. I am Enciore Silverash. We met a few days prior at my grandfather's banquet. Oh, I remember now. The one from Yerag. It did slip my mind for just a moment. A champion competition night for a trophy. Quite remarkable. You're too kind, sir. Dalton Commerce's future business surely needs your care. Care? Hardly. I've precious little authority. You surely jest, sir. Perhaps I should pay you a visit one of these days. And what can Yerag possibly offer? Mountain spring water? Goodness, Master Carl! Why would our respectable Tom engage in business with such a backwater sort? A fine joke, good sir. I merely came by to catch a glimpse of the Black Knight. Ah, the Black Knight. Three-time champion of the Kazimierz Major. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Charmed. I simply can't conceive that the great three-time champion would deign to walk in tow to a Yerag luminary. Or perhaps Mr. Silverash employed means more sinister? Still, I believe that for one as mighty as the Black Knight, this is likely a reprieve to lower one's profile. After all, the Duke of Castor's distant blood relatives are 10 a penny, but when it comes to her right-hand man, my father, Viscount Walden, is the only one. Should the esteemed Black Knight be so inclined, why not pass a spell at our home? Frequent engagement at the Viscount's home is most assuredly a great privilege. But sir, entrusted with such duty to the Duke, surely the Viscount is overburdened. Would it not be an unwelcome interference? After all, business affairs are the remit of the Viscount alone. Oh, and another thing. The Black Knight and I met by chance in Kazimierz. I learned then that having thrice taken the champion's crown, she intended to retire. What? Thus, I extended her this invitation. Should she be so inclined, I might escort her to my home in Yerag to soak in the snowy scenery. The Black Knight is retiring? Goodness, this is big news! Mr. Silverash speaks true. I I shan't be returning to the Major. Compared to the excessive life of vice and degeneracy in Kazimierz, I'm rather keen to see the greatest and purest realm of faith. Black Knight is truly remarkable. His Lordship, the Viscount! Father, Carl, do not trouble our guests. My lord, I am Enciodes Silverash, distant relative of the Duke of Castor, son of Olafur Silverash. I remember the very year your father arrived in Victoria, and we became acquainted. Over 20 years have flown by, and now you cut a dashing figure. I'm certain Olafur is in the next life, proud of you. My lord is too kind. Father mentioned you often. Despite years spent studying in Victoria, I failed to ever visit. I regret it bitterly. Your heart was in the right place. And the 3-time champion! Madam, I couldn't have foreseen one such as yourself accepting young Enciodes' invitation. There must be quite the tale behind it. Nothing to speak of. Having sent your invitations myself, it is only natural that I know of Enciodes' intent, using you as a trophy by which to entice Victorian business into Yerag. However, a trophy is a trophy, and business is business. Successful negotiations hinge on strength. Enciodes, can you prove your strength to me this eve? Ladies and gentlemen, the Harvest Festival reception is among Victoria's grandest annual traditions. I have been fortunate to receive the Duke's personal instruction to host this year's Harvest Festival reception here at Walden Manor. Unfortunately, Her Grace is encumbered by duties to the realm and cannot attend this occasion. But as she has told me time and again, never let her absence impede on the festivities. To the Duke! To the Duke! To the Duke! Those present today come from all walks of life within the Duke's demesne. Just as you serve as the Duke's right hand, you so serve as pillars of the Victorian Empire. The stars shimmer bright this night. Brighter still thanks to your presence here. But, as I have just asked Mr. Silverash, are you all prepared to prove your strength? Since the Duke bestowed this fiefdom upon me, I have resolved to repay her faith in me. County Sykes is vast and fertile. The lands here are of immeasurable value. Yet development, up until now, has fallen shy of predictions. The reasons for which I presume you to comprehend better than I. I've been an unrefined military man half my life, and as such have only one request for all of you. Ladies and gentlemen, prove your strength! Only in so doing shall I, Viscount Walden, put my trust in you! Only in so doing shall you truly be pillars of the Victorian Empire! Only in so doing shall you be worthy of the Duke! Here's to you, the pillars! To the Viscount! To the Viscount! Now then, may the Harvest Festival reception officially begin! May you drink your fill and make merry! The old fellow's astute. He is. He's clearly aware there are many in the fiefdom who take umbrage with his military background, or they feel discontent because he poses a threat to their interests. Yet, using the very same words he spoke to us, he toasted with such perfectly demonstrated affluence and authority. And just like that, his opponents are ushered into his supporters. He's provoking them. Precisely, but perhaps this is exactly what we need.
Baron Stewart, we've not had chance to speak since my new title. There's much about this new fiefdom I would consult you on. My lord is too kind. Before the banquet truly gets underway, let's just enjoy the reception. Ah, the years have taken their toll. Please excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. I must retire a spell. Of course, my lord. We have arranged for Lithanian musicians and Sargonian delicacies later this eve. Please do enjoy yourselves. It's time. Notia should be ready in the garden. Let's move. The Viscount's garden. I'll make myself clear. Even without you, I can get Enciodes all the bargaining chips he needs. So if you screw this up, I'll do it my way. Come in. I didn't expect to see you, Silver Ash. Apologies for the disturbance. My father once told me. Mr. Walden would, when circumstances permitted, find the every night to stand at the window and gaze out over the vastness of Victoria. It seems this habit hasn't changed. That had Oliver remembering such a thing. Surely then, he told you why I like to do so? Nomadic cities, while indeed majestic, pale in comparison to the lands of Victoria. Indeed so. Yet those days, more people wish to see the beauty of other locales. They fail to see the majesty right before their very eyes. My lord speaks the truth. But, at the risk of speaking out of turn, I fear that this habit of yours, my lord, presents an opportunity to others. This is the layout of the rear garden. The enemy is on the move. I've marked out the best positions for an ambush. I only hope those rebel assassins do not disappoint me. Alright. There is part 1. Is this style okay? It is still really hard for me to tell if this style is okay with you guys. Pronunciation note, the S in is kind of silent. It's, Viscount. Sorry. Okay, noted. Thank you. Viscount. Okay. Let me actually just write that down so I'm not remembering that if I need to. Okay. I did say it would be pretty short to read. I'm glad it is! I get very nervous with the manga reading. Because there's nothing to help me along, you know? It's like, it's all how I'm arranging it, and I'm trying my best with it. Alrighty. It's good, not like there's an easy, better way to proceed. True! Very true! I'm trying my best with the reading. And it's hard because sometimes with, like, panel to panel, I don't entirely know who's speaking, so I'm doing my best. Oh, goodness. Alright. Manga-chan is doing good. Alright. I'm just like, I'm trying to make sure the pace is okay, the movement of the panels is okay.
hard to see if it's, like, fully lined up to what you guys are seeing, but... By the way, question. Actually, never mind. Okay. You're allowed to ask any questions that you have. Alright. If we're on pronunciation, the Mensne part of Demesne is sound like ents in dense. Okay, so that's confusing, because that feels like the letters are flipped around. What's the name? Demence. Okay, that's weird, because it feels flipped. Okay, so... Alright, and then this should be... Holdover from French, okay. Sounds like, Demen? Wait, is it silent at the end? If you want to make sense of it, it's a French, ancestor word to domain. So wait, is it silent at the end? Demen? It's an archaic spelling of domain and is pronounced the same. What? Domain is almost like domain instead with an IH sound instead of an O. So domain, domain. Wait, with an IH? Domain? These are all new words to me, I'm sorry. So is it like domain? I'm writing all these down so I can try to learn. Alright. Yes? Okay. Domain. Okay. I'm sorry if it throws you off when I'm, like, mispronouncing the words terribly. Absolutely butchering these. Okay. So we have domain, viscount. Regarding fief, isn't it like thief? So fief? Is it? Fiefdom? Fiefdom? I don't know. Fiefdom, okay. Stuck a pronunciation bit in Star Chat if you want to confirm after. Thank you, I appreciate it. English having a million loanwords is fun. Gosh. Alright, well in that case, I know that I've been reading, fiefdom incorrectly for, like, every story I've read that uses that. I should just give up with the pronunciation advice. No, it's okay. It's all good. It's just confusing. That's all. Not watching the video, but as an audiobook, it's fine. Wait, the manga? Wait, how does this work as a manga? It's the visuals. Don't you need the visuals? I don't think this works as an audiobook. Oh. Whatever suits you. Alright. Oh, yeah. Alright, I will try my best on these. Let's move forward, shall we? If Thiefdom is now a kingdom of thieves who are missing a couple front teeth. We need a soundboard for the AK audiobook read by Starlight Akari. 200 hours. Oh gosh. Alright. Minimum. Great. Alright. Oh, jeez, that's wrong. Hang on. Hang on. Alright, move this here, move this here. We are good. Let's move forward. Alright.
My lord, Collings and Jones have seized our trade routes. They're beyond our control now. And those little hag scumbags. He's ruining our tea trade by levying his ties to the Viscount. Damn that Walden! He's been colluding with those wretched nobles since he showed up. That avaricious, vulgar wretch is a perfect fit for their schemes. Has the Duke gone senile? The audacity— Shut up. Do not sully our loyalty to her grace. We can bear this no longer. Walden must die.
The Viscount's garden.
Something's up ahead. Stay alert. Understood. At ease! Vomiting such fine drink is a real waste. What's with all these guards? It's just some drunk noble. Get rid of him already. We don't need complications. Hold on just a second. Your uniform. Aren't you the invitee checker from the entrance? Everyone else's invitees went right in, but us Yerags had to wait 1,000,000 years. Just come out and say you hate Yerag. Look me in the eyes. Now that I get a better look, you're not the invitee checker at all, are you? Whatever, you're all the same to me. Abusing your power, bunch of no-good bullies. Damn it, you're screwed now! The one who's screwed is you. Crackle. Shit! Don't waste your energy. That liquor is my own specially prepared blend. Her line is already in disarray. Tegenbrecker need only execute her ambush.
You did well. Antiodes will certainly have seen such a signal.
What? When did she get here?
I gave you so many chances.
Why?
Sneak attacks aren't my style, and taking down one at a time is tedious. Very well, gentlemen. Let's cut to the chase.
Men, fall in! This is a formidable foe!
The perfect warm-up.
An opportunity to others. Could it be? Someone would exploit my habit to assassinate me. It's possible. After all, a man of my position fosters considerable resentment. My lord doesn't seem alarmed by such a prospect. Perhaps you even know who's pulling the strings. It's just that I fear the Duke wouldn't want such a fuss at an important occasion like this one. In so saying, what have you in mind? Nothing noteworthy. The invaders are merely boorish thugs. My lord need not get involved. I will handle this on your behalf. This is why you brought the Black Knight? You really thought it would be so simple? How astute, my lord. I certainly didn't think it would be so simple. If a foe intended to harm you, an assassin would be likely the first step. Were I the puppet master, I would go to pains to get as close to you as possible. After all, at this reception, there are individuals who pose a threat to you. For example, an equally militaristic figure, the valorous Baron Stuart. Fine, I admit it, you're a handy fighter. We can work on your communication skills. The slaughter all pros. Had regular guards tried to stop them, I fear there'd have been bloodshed. Which is exactly what Ensiodes wants to avoid, and that's why we're out here. Runs the risk of getting embroiled in the tumult of noble strife, currying favor with the Viscount for your ends. Certainly a huge gamble, young master of Yerag. If you don't gamble, you won't win more chips. Lloyd's Tea, supply chain department. That's Baron Stuart's company. This is virtually irrefutable evidence. But it's too obvious, as if placed here to be found. Something's amiss. I need to contact Ensiodes immediately. I'm afraid it won't be that easy. Madam Black Knight, Mr. Gnosis, the pair of you have done quite enough. Please come with us for a rest. The Viscount's personal guards? Please hand that business card over to me, Mr. Gnosis. Hold on. How do you know this is a business card? Surely not the Viscount. In your calculations, you never accounted for a situation in which your informant was exposed, did you? That is, the Viscount used your own plan against you. Relax, Ensiodes. Relax. Ensiodes won't come to harm, because I've yet to repay my debt. You would have me bid you apprehend Stuart. Ensiodes, you want my inaction to prevent the worst possible outcome. But for this favor, you would ask for the privilege and the support of trade with Sykes County, correct? Astute as ever, my lord. Ensiodes Silverash, you are too inexperienced, vastly inferior to your father. Apprehend Stuart, and the Black Knight, certainly. But this wouldn't resolve everything. Besides which, why should I trust you? Forgot to ask you before. You bribed my attendant, didn't you? Taking advantage of my habits to get close to me. Wouldn't that make you the perfect assassin, Ensiodes? Don't move! On your knees! Perfect timing, Stuart. Your assassins have been caught, those both inside and out. Now we have you red-handed, do you have anything further to add? Damn you, Walden! You and all those vulgar, greedy vermin! Your ridiculous pillars of the Empire are nothing but a sham! Your methods have long since had their day, Stuart. Strong-arm approaches only resolve surface-level problems. I've given my blood, sweat, and tears for County Sykes. I know it better than you ever could. Nothing but further proof you cannot see the wood for the trees. Do you truly see the road ahead clearly? All I see is a trite nobleman who used flowery language to deceive the Duke into granting him a piece of land. But tonight, everything will be returned to the way it ought to be. Walden, there is only one way forward. Mutiny. You incited my guards. A realization that has dawned too late. As for the young Yerag, truth be told, your appearance wasn't part of the plan. But it presents a better option. Take the Viscount's sword and drive it through his heart. I might spare your life. I cannot comply, my lord. What did you say? Equally, I hope you can remain calm. Once you harm the Viscount, there will be no going back. In that case... The assassin struck in the middle of the night. I mortally wounded him, but it was already too late. The Viscount succumbed to his injuries. Such a tale might even be easier for the Duke to swallow. Now die! Stay back. Damn you! The Black Knight! I am. You're a savvy one. Black Knight's strong. Getting tangled up with her will disadvantage me. I have to end this now! What are you gawking at? Attack! A pity, truly. You intentionally left evidence of your treachery. All in aid of getting close enough to assassinate me. And still, you believe that I, a man of arms, wouldn't have well-trained subordinates, Stuart. You truly are not but a rebel. You framed me, Walden! If I die, County Sykes is doomed too! Snap out of it, Stuart. Do you still not see? It's your fault that the county's problems remain hidden. Poppycock! You're the cancerous wretch causing these tumors in need of covering up, Walden! Obstinate fool! Then you shall be the first tumor excised! Please wait! You know this isn't the ideal resolution, my lord. You've no desire to kill Baron Stuart. Isn't that right? The Viscount won't kill the Baron. Just so. Unless his hand is forced, he won't make a move. Even if the Baron draws his blade. County Sykes has always been firmly grasped in the Baron's ironclad grip. It's how he maintains order. Whilst Viscount Walden looks to be colluding with corrupt nobility. In truth, he uses his proximity to delve into their foundations. If his lordship is to cure this ailing fiefdom, he must tear away the skin concealing the tumors concealed beneath. To expose the problems, he must first weaken the powers suppressing them. But Baron Stuart fails to grasp this notion. Indeed so. Viscount Walden needs to demonstrate his influence, but more so, he must court the people's favor. An insidious undercurrent pervades Victoria of late. Every influence rallying for support. Bloodshed may resolve matters, but it's certainly not ideal. So you think that Walden wants to talk Stuart round? I do. And it'll be as much a gamble for Walden. Precisely for that reason, should the line be overstepped, I doubt he'll forgive it. Besides which, there is one further, more important reason. That Yerak scum and his Black Knight! I'd never guessed you were Walden's toadies! A truly astonishing scene! Baron, in truth, the Viscount has been giving you opportunities all evening. Be it your own blade or an assassin's. It's neither here nor there. Have you considered a moment why the Viscount did not immediately execute you? Poppycock! You're luring me into a trap! Luring isn't necessary. You're stepping into it without any help. The Viscount merely clings to the hope that you'll come to your senses. Should he want you gone, my lord had ample opportunity, wouldn't you say? You witnessed the Viscount ingratiate himself to everyone. But did you not wonder why he avoided such with yourself, the most influential man present? Did you not wonder if all along he had been pandering to certain figures of Sykes County, with the intent to oust them? That perhaps the affront to you was merely to tear back the skin, and expose the festering tumors beneath? In the Viscount's position, perhaps being rid of you would be the best approach. However, for the sake of County Sykes, the Duke of Castor, and all Victoria, it would provide no solution at all. Besides which, I believe there is a more important reason. In all County Sykes, there may not be anyone capable of understanding the Viscount quite like the Baron.
What?
Viscount Walden served in the military for over a decade, traveling every corner of Victoria. He saw more than its roaring industrial giants, more than its booming ostentation. He saw the land as it truly was. The mountains, rivers, and earth, the originium and minerals, the pestilence and riots, the famine and catastrophes. He knows the land, and in turn, its worth. He wants more to see its worth, for the nobles to comprehend its potential beyond their own immediate benefit. And you, dear Baron, a noble of County Sykes, were also once a soldier marching these lands. I know that you are not the reason County Sykes has not toppled. You have wielded your influence to rein in noble greed and ambition, motivating them with profits to reclaim the land's value. But Stuart, this is your limit. You can't change their intent. All your hard work is wasting away. You must be keenly aware of this. I am. I know all too well. But this oozes not but your own lies. You don't want bloodshed, so you want to talk me down. Of that I am totally certain. Callings of the North bribed Fairland and the Tax Bureau. They evaded significant taxes in their dealings with Columbia. Eric Jones is in bed with the local police, strangling commercial districts, making coercive deals to corner the market. Then there's Adam Tyke, engaged in trade with Sarkaz. He's gone to lengths plotting to infiltrate the military. His money has changed hands with no fewer than 3 mid-rank officers. I have ample proof to apprehend these scoundrels. It is just a matter of time. That was my goal in getting close to them, and I assumed you would be wise to my intent. Unfortunately, since being created Viscount, we've had scant chance to properly sit down to a cup of tea together. Now, as ever, I wish to tell you, Stuart, you have always been a pillar of Victoria. I wouldn't be so naive as to hope you'll forgive me, Walden. When did you see through my plan, Enciodes? Since my bribery has been exposed, it stood to reason the Baron would meet a hurdle. My blade was still poised for your throat then, no? You knew all along that I wouldn't kill Stuart. That's right. How? I'm a little embarrassed. But Yerag has no nomadic cities, nor even the most basic industry. Since childhood, I traversed the lands of Yerag. And not only me, but Gnosis and I, growing up together. Dagenbracher made an even greater journey, trekking from the Lithanian wilds to Kazimierz. So, you see, we all know the worth of this land. What a remarkable youngster. As things stand, do you suggest we proceed? How do you suggest we proceed? Come in. My lord, the young man we're holding asked that we convey a message to you with utmost haste. He said that he discovered a few drunk guards. The slackers had snuck away to indulge in the drink. He hopes your lordship will deal with them accordingly. Excellent work, Gnosis. You thought of everything, hadn't you, lad? I am merely a businessman, my lord. Frustrated by my powerlessness in settling this dispute between nobles, I know only that the Baron's tea is rather well-reputed hereabouts, and the water of Yerag Springs would pair finely with such leaves. This evening, we indulged in some conversation during the reception, and it flowed naturally between us. The Baron has long known the Black Knight, so they seized the opportunity to exchange tactics. But in a moment of recklessness, a few windows were shattered. A man of great generosity. I've no doubt my lord won't assign blame over a few windows. Well, I didn't see this coming. To seal a deal in this very room. What? Henceforth, Silver Ash will be granted a trade permit for County Sykes and be rewarded 3 years untaxed. From now on, you'll be regarded an important commercial partner. I wonder why the guards just released me. Hensiodes, did you really... County Sykes, streets, late night. Ugh. Damn it. After all that prep, we still didn't bring enough hangover remedy. Dagenbrecker, did you prep any... The nobles were only sipping light wine. How did you get a hangover? Anyway, today went swimmingly, thanks to your efforts. And Zeodis' investment has finally paid off. The payoff being the Viscount's succor. It's only to begin with! Better times are coming! Ugh. A lot of deals were struck during the reception. You'll need to begin making arrangements. Have you decided a name for your firm? Carlin Trade. Carlin? It's the name of a sacred mountain in Yerag. Hensiodes, you can relax now. From the moment you stepped into the reception, you've been all wound up. More so in the Viscount's room. That was your first such situation, right? So it was obvious to you. For now, at least let me support you. Thank you. Oh, when the Baron turned to attack you, it seemed you had no intent to evade. You knew the Viscount's guards wouldn't intervene until the last possible second, didn't you? Had I not stepped in, your head may well have been parted from your shoulders. The Viscount kept his cool because the Baron had already played into his hands. He knew the Baron posed no threat. I didn't evade because I knew that someone I brought along wouldn't let anyone come to harm. Heh. This brief contract of mine is about to expire, but it seems to me that our joint venture is far from over. Next time, I hope we can afford a taxi home. The end. Goodness. They didn't lie when they said can barely afford this car. Alright, one thing I will say is I really, really like how everyone is drawn in the manga. It's so clean and polished. It's really, really good. I love how they look in the manga. And that's how it all began, or something like that. They look so nice in the manga. It's crazy. Elstevos, thank you very much for following. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Alrighty. Ooh, goodness. I hope you are doing well. Hello, welcome in. Alright, we get to take a little bit of a break. Or at least I do. At least I do mentally. I get to take a little bit of a break here. Alrighty. We get to go with operator themes.
The Dumbo dudes and Caring Knight. Alright, let's make sure we have this set up. Looks like the beginning of a beautiful friendship. You know what? I am warming up to this trio. I really like how they're drawn. The manga just makes everybody look so good. I think the same with Actor Die, you know. Alright, let's see here. We are going to... Let's see if we can do this correctly. We need to mute this. Let's see if I can get this working. Artist likes art more at 8. Alright. We held them on purpose for character development reasons. That makes sense. I see why it's after the manga. Alright, let's go here. We'll mute this. We'll jump in here. Perfect! I'm getting better at this arrangement, guys! Alright. First episode here. Make sure we have the right one. Yes. Silver Lining. Okay. Never did learn about that bird yet, huh? Alright.
Not a choice. It's a call, pay the price. Stay the course, sacrifice. Trade pain for safety. For Kieran, there's a plan. For the future it's told. It's a path, walk it bold. Through history, sorrowful. Guiding light sometimes burns. Guiding light, holding the line, steady moving on. All stars aligned, the foundation safe and strong. Throw every stone, shatter every wall. Earthquake and storm, you will never see them fall. All once known is lost, intentions are revealed, with time revenge at cost, broken wings are healed. Be a saint, be a voice for the tribes, calculate through the strife, don't drift, don't waver. Bring the strength, bring the hope to survive. Understand that in time, hearts heal, not falter. Guiding light, will unchanged. Guiding light, holding the line, steady moving on. All stars aligned, the foundation safe and strong. Throw every stone, shatter every wall. Earthquake and storm, you will never see them fall.
Very, very interesting.
It was definitely very good. Yes, I agree.
Alright. Man, I don't know how to describe how I feel about Silver Ash. Intrigued, fascinated, definitely feels like a rival of sorts many times. Very, very interesting indeed. Yay, complex great characters. I don't think any of the songs will beat Moinar and Posey for me. That was pretty good. Posey's is still my favorite. I have not found anything that I like more than Posey's, but I do like a lot of them, and I really still do like Spectre's Disney song. But yeah, I think Posey's is still my favorite. One thing is you sure have to respect him. I agree with you. You have to, I am intrigued. I have to give him my respect. I feel very much like a strange rival in this situation, but definitely intrigued, definitely fascinated, for sure. Funny that his last name is basically Shiny Gray Gray in terms of color. Oh my gosh. There are a few upcoming you really like? Alright. So far, Posey's is my favorite. I'll see if that changes at any point. I know we're gonna be listening to some themes eventually in Land of Guns and Ice Cream, and I'm sure Vessa's going to find new favorites there, but hey. In the meantime, let's go to our next one here, which is Heal the World. Okay. Interesting.
It's just a tear that saves me from the darkness. Witness through a mirror. Pain is truth, and through your eyes we'll find an endless future. I'll continue forward, calling to you.
None have pictured Gnosis from this. I always get thrown off which ones get lyrics.
This is the edge, but I continue flying, leaving life around me. Break away the pain. I wanna feel my divisions crumble down. Look into my eyes and heal the world of grow. The silence fills with screams. I see the twilight set on the world. It's starting to burn. Save me, save me. This is the edge. We keep on falling further. Fate entwined between us. Break away the truth. I wanna see the system falling down. Look into my eyes tear that saves me from the darkness, please.
Alright then. Was definitely not expecting that direction. Why so much prism? Didn't think Gnosis' singing voice would be like that, huh? His EP is named Heal the World. His E2 outfit resembles MJ's smooth criminal outfit. Huh. Also, hello, Kamo. Welcome in. How are you doing? Hope everything's going well. Yeah, that's an interesting choice for sure. Who got it better? What do you mean? The way your ears shoot straight up when something catches your attention is great, by the way. I very much wear my heart on my sleeve. I don't really hide what I'm thinking, and my ears sort of betray any sense of trying to be subtle, huh? Dumb snapper, dumb bird. I think I prefer Silverash's song. I'm very intrigued by the direction it went. You wear your heart on your ears. It's a curiously hopeful song for someone acting so cynical. That is true. Gnosis was too embarrassed to karaoke. He hired an assistant to do it for him. Oh gosh. Perhaps there is something more to him. I mean, yeah, I guess so. Cynical, but you guys forget researchers are crazy people. I don't think anyone's forgotten that. I don't think that has been a forgotten concept to anyone. Alright. Morals and ethics don't matter when I gotta study rock. Gosh. Maybe he had, like, one beer and passed out before it was his turn to sing. Oh no. Bro just can't be bothered to sing his own theme. Too much to do Saving Yarag or something. Oh gosh. Alright. Next up, we have... Where is this? Heal the World. Blade Catcher. Alright, so this is Dagenbracker, right? Blade Catcher. You may want to listen close. I mean, I've been trying to do so.
Matter change, not a gift I can claim. Never void, just a tool and it's not mine. Are you cold? Is it ice in my soul? The chill from what you find. I don't care if the frost leads you there. It will burn and the sear carries no shame. Status quo is a thing I don't know. I exist, a threat the same. Don't ask who would I be, who would I be, who would I be? Oh, who would I be, who would I be if I escaped the freeze? If you melted the snow, you would still know there is a blade heaven made deep inside me. The hell I dispel as your world fell, shatters, it all comes crashing down. You can let me be your bodyguard. I will take the blows when they come hard. I will be your wall, I'll take it all, I'll take it all. I will be the glacier that they climb. I will keep you safe and hard to find. Frozen to the ground, won't let you drown, won't let you drown. lost, but I don't let it shake me. Cut the cord with the edge of my sword, but I'll never find escape. That's the key to the fortress, you see. When it all knocks me down, I'm still upright. I'm the bite in the wind at your back. I'm the creature born to fight. Don't ask who would I be, who would I be, who would I be? Oh, who would I be, who would I be if I escaped the freeze? In the glory of steel, there's a new deal. Taking the fight, overflight for protection. It's a blizzard of fear, but you're safe here. If it all comes crashing down, you can let me be your bodyguard. I will take the blows when they come hard. I will be your wall, I'll take it all, I'll take it all. I will be the glacier that they climb. I will keep you safe and hard to find. Frozen to the ground, won't let you drown, won't let you
You recognize the singer? Oh shoot, I thought you were asking me to pay attention to lyrics. Do I recognize the singer? Gosh, I'm really not good at that kind of thing. Is it the... It's... The singer is Kaylee Bumford? Moonlist again, the singer of Undertopia. Oh, really? I would not have gotten that at all. Okay, I can kind of see it. I'm trying to think of Undertopia. Yeah, no, okay, no, that... I think I can understand that. I'm really, really bad at recognizing that kind of thing at the moment. That's interesting. Okay, so she's done multiple songs. That's really cool. Star's only senses for artwork, not music. That's not true. I mean, I can appreciate things. I just don't know them as well. That's okay, right? Oh, alright. Jeez. Don't try to see it, try to hear it. I mean, I'm trying to listen to the, in my head, I'm trying to, I can hear a little bit of that, I don't know what you would call it. I don't know terms. I don't know music terms. I can't tell singers apart either. It's fine, Star. My life is visual, not auditory, despite the ears. The thing is, like, okay, yes, big ears, so I can hear things that are very far away, and I can hear very, like, subtle things, but I can't hear specifics, if that makes sense. Not recognizing a singer one single go months later is hard. Don't blame yourself. Thank you, I appreciate that. The actual singer isn't the main focus. Okay. Fair. Alright. How would you rate the trio? You hear bigger, not better, I see. I guess, yeah. What would your ranking of the EPs be? Probably, Silver Ash, Dagenbreaker, and Gnosis. I think so. At least that's, I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to fully absorb everything. But I think that would be my, I think that would be my order. I'll probably have to listen to them all again later. Alright. Just because you can hear something doesn't mean you can discern what it was. Yeah, exactly. I have, like, the hearing for fight or flight, but I don't have the hearing for, like, very specific things. I'd like to get better at that at some point. I've always, like, been nervous about, like, auditory things in terms of quality, because I feel like I can't hear when something is good or bad, quote-unquote. Hearing version of high intelligent, low wisdom. That means your homework is to listen to them on 100 times loop! Why did you have to pick 100? Why was that the decision that you made? Yeah, I always feel like I can appreciate a lot of music, but I'm not good at, like, picking out different things. And, like, for example, in terms of, like, you know, auditory quality or whatever, I never wear headphones. I can only fit earbuds. It's very much like, you know, Judy Hopps from Zootopia. So I'm always, like, dealing with things that I know are not high-end. And so I don't know, like, what that is. And in audio and music in general, I don't really know what I'm looking for, and I don't really know how to, like, discern things. I can always increase it! Guys, you are not helping! Lottie, Dark Turtle Knight! You are not helping here! Oh. Alright. Perception and insight are two different skills. There you go. Auto-corrupt is on a roll today. Listening to music on a purely melodic or emotional level over technique and quality is perfectly valid. Thank you for putting that into words! That is exactly it for me. Thank you very much for putting that into words. That is like, music can make me extremely emotional, and I know the power it has, and I know the importance it has, but I don't know how to break it down all nitty-gritty like, you know? Alright, let's see here. I don't know how to break it all down, make it all fancy and stuff. What am I even trying to say? Alright. Hitting win rate for music? That is not at all the case, no. What? Why would you even make a comparison like that? Anyway. I am not agreeing with that sentence. The heck? You don't understand the technical side, but you enjoy the vibes? Therefore, win rate for music. I do not agree with that sentence at all. No. No, I do not agree with that sentence at all. Absolutely not. No. Not agreeing with that. In the slightest. I feel like that makes me sound really stupid in terms of musical knowledge or appreciation in any form. I'm not entertaining that at all. Alright. I feel like I just terribly explained myself, and I'd like to move on now. Alright, anyway. Hello, Yara. Okay. We are moving on. Okay. Him. Her. Okay. Alright. Let's see here. How many do we have? There are a lot here. Okay. Knight's Journey. The knight enters the snowy mountains to defeat the shadows of the past. Well, that'll give us more info about the song then.
Knight softly sighs on the terrace of a Yarag bar. Harsh winds these days, friend. Best you don't stay out there too long. Something up? Why all the sighs? Aren't you on vacation? I'm fine. I've been in Yarag for just a few days now, but whenever I'm outside, kids circle up to me to point and laugh at me. A little tiring is all. They don't mean anything by it. You're a Kazimierzian knight, no? Some of your people have been showing off in Yarag recently, and the kids want to try on your armor. It's standard issue competition armor. It's not exactly high-end stuff. Competition? Are you here for the Black Knight, maybe? Oh, you know the Black Knight? Of course. All Yarag knows her. Couldn't find you a single soul here who hasn't met her. What is she into? Or what makes her angry? What does she actually care about? I'm actually a fan. I want to know everything about her. Settle down, fella. Ask away. I know her well enough. If she weren't so busy, I'd figure a way to let you meet her, even. What keeps somebody busy in Yarag? Don't believe the foreign nonsense. Yarag's so poor it only has snow now, you hear? Look at the newly built streets out there. Yarag is changing by the day, and we have lots of places needing more hands. It's true, some spots are still a little poor, but one day, each and every one of Yaragander's people will rise up from the valleys. But that time isn't now, is it? That's where you're wrong. Now, when everything's starting up, is the most interesting of times. So you're telling me the legendary Black Knight has been busy laying bricks in Yarag? Actually, I haven't a clue what she's been up to lately. I haven't seen her in the city for a while now. Been a while since our last chat. Sounds like you aren't even that close to her. It would seem that way. Another sigh on the terrace. Truth be told, I met the Black Knight yesterday. It was our second meeting. Many years ago, when I had just become a competition knight, the General Chamber told me my debut fight wouldn't be in the arena. They wanted us to rush over to the city outskirts, to intercept and prevent a determined and unstoppable warrior from leaving. Fortunately, the younger me only happened to spot her from afar before she kicked a little rock in my direction, hitting me square in the head. I woke up in the hospital and eavesdropped on the gossiping nurses, where I learned the others had gotten hit by her greatsword instead. And their fates were beyond miserable. It was then that I knew the Black Knight would be the focus of my life. My goal is to defeat her. Yesterday. What exactly do you want? I didn't think you'd remember me. I don't. But you've been dallying here for so long, you're interrupting my work. And let me tell you of a young knight, many years ago, on the outskirts of Kazimierz. What? Put the foul beast down first! Dagenbracker stops in her tracks and seizes up Chilly Knight. In her arms rest 4 or 5 foul beasts, with many more scurrying around her on the ground, letting out the occasional cry. Never mind. I'll keep it brief. Because of you, I've endured years of humiliation and hardship. I've finally made a name for myself in the arena. becoming a well-known knight with a string of victories under my belt. All for one reason. A real match against you. Here and now! You even brought a camera with you? Afraid I'll capture the Black Knight's pathetic defeat? Draw your great sword. I'll take it you accept my challenge so long as you brandish it. She looks away? Before the Chilly Knight can even wonder why, Dagenbracker suddenly bends down to scoop up a foul beast that is dashed over to her feet. You should go. Stop bothering me with this nonsense. I didn't think the Black Knight of Kazimierz would refuse a fight. Did the Darksteels wound your courage along with your body? A fight? Each and every one of you comes with cameras in hand. I suspect you're just trying to get some B-roll for your commercials. I'm retired, so think whatever you want. Don't get in my way. So, you're just willingly stay here in the depths of this old forest, following orders and doing pointless busy work? Any stalwart local could deal with these runaway foul beasts. Don't we competition knights? No. Don't all warriors exist to duel and push ourselves to the limit? Are you done? Let me through. While Chilly Knight is busy rambling away, Dagenbracker has managed to capture all the foul beasts and briskly walks past her agitated visitor without even returning a glance. I'll bring your true self back. You will draw your blade, Black Knight! Madam Dagenbracker, I finally found... Calm down. Did Hans wander off again? Hans? Phew, of course you'd know. I'll look for him once I'm done returning these foul beasts. Give me a moment. Your grandson lost or something? What? Grandson? Hans is my outpost burden beast. To such a trivial matter, the Black Knight nods with a smile, as he thinks about the cold and dismissive attitude she showed him. Chilly Knight clenches his fists. Krah! A sudden display of anger startles the barkeep, drawing the other customers' curious looks. Sorry, I lost my cool. All good. I don't even know what that "hoo-ya" means. Many tourists come to Yerag just to let off steam, you know? Run off into the mountains, yell their hearts out. Why not give it a try? The Black Knight lingers on my mind. Right. Do you know anything else about her? Let me think. Many years ago, when she was still new here, the old boss would ask her for help whenever we had too many supplies to deal with. I was just a nobody who helped out with odd jobs then, and had no inkling of her foreign fame. But one night... Yo, you're the knight or whatever they were talking about? A guy here told me you could drink from dusk till dawn, and still manage to walk straight back home. Who told you that? Don't you worry about it. We're not going to give up our rep just yet. So don't even think about leaving the place if you can't drink past us. I have one condition. All of you write down your home addresses on a piece of paper first. Easy. Wait, what did she want why did she want with their addresses? Slow down, pal. Those punks regretted the challenge after the first mug. Dagenbracker finished a bottle in 2 chugs without even pausing. They started to play dirty, saying they'd take turns against the Black Knight, but she was downing mug after mug for 2 hours straight. By then, all the drunken louts were passed out on the floor, and she carried them back to the outpost. Only then did I realize what she wanted the addresses for. No one ever dared to bother her like that again. An incredible story, but that doesn't tell me about her interests or character. Don't you get it? She loves booze most of all. How else would she have won the drinking contest? Well... just listen to him babble. The man is practically a stranger to her. Ugh, fine. You're so chummy with her. Share some wisdom, will you? I sure will. Listen to me, buddy. Know what Dagenbracker loves the most? Angling. Adam Dagenbracker, you've been here for almost a whole day now. It's fine to go back empty-handed. This is your second try at fin catching after all. No, I haven't... Come on now, I'll give you some lures next time. You'll surely... Quiet! The pole moved. Dagenbracker wields the rod as coolly as if it were a blade in her hands. She holds her breath, then swiftly flicks upward. Only the hook remains on the line, with the bait nowhere to be seen. Ah, don't worry about it. There's always next time. Madam! When she emerged from the lake holding a huge fin beast, she won all of our respect. After all, someone who never fails to catch is someone we can ask for the occasional spare meat. Of course, she eventually improved her angling skills, but that's a story for another time.
Nuh-uh!
When did you get in here, girl? Out with you!
Let me finish. I've seen Dagenbracker releasing the fin she caught back into the lake. She loves all the little animals here.
Surely she likes hunting more.
No! Dagenbracker!
Are your parents out?
Are you looking for them?
I was passing by and remembered delivering some medicine here 3 months ago. For your sickly baby Sisty Beast. Is it better now?
Yeah. Oh, careful!
Sisty Beast charges straight for Dagenbracker, then shakes its head in pain as she remains completely still. The shocked girl watches as Dagenbracker crouches down to stroke the Sisty Beast's neck and gradually calms it down. It's grown so big in such a short time. I'm glad.
Ever seen somebody get rammed by a Sisty Beast and shrug it off like nothing happened? She comforted it for a good while, and even reminded me to feed it when she left. You're belittling her with the animal lover talk.
You think the same? Exactly how could the Black Knight possibly be into such things?
Dagenbracker has a secret only a select few know. Madam Dagenbracker? What are you doing sitting in the snow?
I have a rare pocket of spare time today, so I wanted to find a quiet place to relax. If there's nothing you need my help with...
Ah, of course.
I know! She was practicing her swordplay in the snow, yearning to return to her competition days, but she didn't want to show off to the locals.
Of course not.
Then what?
I'm sure of it. She was ready to become a follower of Yeragander.
Huh?
Thank Yeragander, for Dagenbracker is definitely one of us.
Wait, what does that have to do with your Yeragander?
Yeragander taught us that meditating in the snowy mountains is a way to attain wisdom. Even a woman as remarkable as Dagenbracker is sure to find new insights this way. So, young man, if you wish to understand Dagenbracker, you ought to study Yerag's culture.
In the dark of night, the crowd has long gone home, leaving only the barkeep wiping down glasses as Chilly Knight remains seated by the window in silence. Didn't get your answer? I prepared for over a decade, just to defeat the Black Knight. News spread about how she showed her might to the Victorians, so I decided to rush over to Yerag immediately after my arena fights. I didn't expect the invincible Black Knight to be reduced to a country bumpkin, displaying only the most trivial of interests. I suppose the talk of her facing the Victorians was just baseless gossip spread by troublemakers. What makes you say that? I wasn't there myself, but there were plenty of witnesses. Why not go ask around again? Save it! Sorry, but I haven't heard a shred of truth from anyone here the past few days. The warrior's obsession may seem strange to outsiders, but I won't force you to understand either. Since the Black Knight has willingly shed her glory, I'll take my leave. Thank you for your hospitality. Alright. But come on, friend. Look at the weather outside. That's Yerag for incoming blizzard. Why not stay one more night? I'll give you a discount with a bottle on the house, so you can leave Yerag with a good impression. Plain old blizzard isn't much to me. I'm used to navigating harsh weather. Well, you don't know the blizzards here often come with avalanches. So how do you deal with them? I'll learn. Deal? We just accept our fates, save for Dagenbracker. It's been a few years since Carlin Trade installed a warning system. Now they ban people from going up the mountain when they detect a potential avalanche. But she doesn't care. The worse the weather, the deeper into the mountain she goes, to see which one's making trouble. She'll find the right spot, and with a few huffs at the falling snow, everything's settled in a blink. I was lucky enough to witness it twice. Much more exciting than watching recordings of her fights in Kazimierz. So you mean, she drew her greatsword and countered the avalanche with her martial prowess? Sword? I don't know what method exactly, but she did look all ready to fight. Are you pulling my leg? I swear by Yeragander, it's all true! May she bury me in the snow if I utter a single lie, so deep that Dagenbracker can't find me! Then, do you have any mountaineering gear here, sir? What, you don't want to leave anymore?
Chilly Knight turns around to look out the window, towards the distant snow-capped peaks merging with the dark clouds into a vast haze. I changed my mind. Yerag is indeed a wonderful place. The blizzard descends. Every household in Yerag bolts their doors and windows shut, ready to weather Yeragander's ordeal. Among the snow-covered mounts is but a single soul still wandering the peaks. This is a rare break for Dagenbracker, all alone on a winding mountain path with no one else in sight. The cold and wind only help to clear her mind. She lifts her head, waiting for an opportunity. Here it comes. She quickens her steps, leaving a trail of footprints going forward. Her heels halt beneath blocks of snow shaking atop a single solitary peak. A snow block falls, and she steps forward, drawing the dual Dagenbrackers at her waist. She aggressively swings at a waterfall of snow, turning it into tiny snowflakes behind her. Until she sees within the falling snow a dark figure, dropping down from on high. What? Shortly after, a muffled yet familiar voice comes from the snow. Ah! My helmet's full of snow now! Yerag! You again. I didn't think I'd hear Kazimierzian profanity here.
Chilly Knight is still shaking the snow off his body as he turns to the source of the voice. The Degenbracker he was hoping to find, with weapons in hand. The Black Knight! I knew you'd return! Now this is the real you! Degenbracker looks at her own weapons and realizes something. Don't get the wrong idea now. I, Chilly Knight, with Yaragander as my witness, accept your challenge. May your blade be swift. Where's that greatsword of yours? Why the 2 sticks? I'm in no mood for your attempt at comedy. Was that avalanche you're doing? Pretty good. Yes, that was me! An outsider and troublemaker starting an avalanche is perhaps reason enough to wield my Degenbrackers. We may be surrounded by snow, but falling all the way down from such a height will leave you injured. Flesh wound won't stop me. I waited over a decade for this moment, and any flaws in my plan can be patched afterward. The whole of Kazimierz will know of my valiant victory over the Black Knight. You have a death wish, then. As Chilly Knight presses record on his camera, the Black Knight leaps forward, swinging her weapons as she did years ago. Their weapons clash repeatedly as Degenbracker forces her challenger down to the foot of the small mountain. Chilly Knight grits his teeth and leaps up from the dead end he was forced into. His opponent's slightly late swing smashes into the mountain, sending rock flying everywhere. She follows up with a kick, sending a small stone flying at Chilly Knight, as she had many years ago on the outskirts of Kazimierz. He flicks his blade, slicing it into 2. The knight walks back up the mountain as Degenbracker returns to a fighting stance as they face each other once more. I knew it. I'm not the only one who remembers that fateful day. Our first meeting. On the outskirts of Kazimierz. You kicked some rubble in my direction and struck me in the head. I don't know what you're talking about. Even if your actions have just betrayed your thoughts. Unfortunately, in the days since we last met, I've become more than an easy target for you to manipulate at will. I'll send this next strike straight through your heart! You won't. You turned an avalanche into a farce. Immersing yourself in delusion for too long will only dull your mind. The Black Knight dares to boast of force! This is truly— A faint rumble interrupts his sentence. The knight looks up and realizes their fight has triggered a new avalanche. A waterfall of snow crashes down with boulders in tow. Stones collide with metal, and a few momentary muffled screams follow, leaving Chilly Knight collapsed on the ground and submerged in snow. I expected no less of a 3-time champion! Could the tournaments be easier now than they once were? Becoming a victim of the Black Knight's blade. Rods, I mean, is my honor. You don't deserve death. But Yarag will no longer welcome you after deliberately causing an avalanche. You'll be exiled. No, wait! You're still so powerful, even now, Black Knight. If you return to Kazimierz, you can claim back your championship title at will! You might not know it, but the competition scene has been declining ever since the Radiant Knight retired. There are many looking forward to your return. The General Chamber of Commerce has even issued a statement that they're willing to make some concessions for you. I already told you, I'm retired. No matter what Kazimierz offers me, I'm not going back. But, alright, say Kazimierz is out of the question. There are many more places that could use your might. So, why here? There's nothing but snow and mountains! Even a man as foolish as I knows a warrior's life only sees value from fighting for as long as we can. Are you so content to waste your life in Yerag? Could it be you actually believe the nonsense written in those scriptures? That's enough. Save your energy. What is the value of a Lithanian who cannot use arts? Dagenbracker had no answer for this, and so she took her scrappy equipment all the way to Kajamersh. There and then, she thought the glorious land of the Knights could give her an answer. It was rare for her to experience failure, even in her younger days, and her successive victories only solidified her belief that the answer lay in a future arena. Until she reached the peak with no one left to fight, and no meaningful answers either. Some Kajamershians told her, enjoying opulence is what drives them. Her desires would outgrow what she could gain. Trying to understand this took more energy than her actual fights. All her experiences only made her certain that in the end, the so-called excellent life was absolutely boring. Any grand pretense was only born from the desire to continue living, striving to spice up a boring life. No. The most important thing I gained in Kajamersh was the refusal to believe any lofty ideals. When I realized Kajamersh only gave me egregiously packaged vanity, I chose to leave. As for the pure duel you lot love to talk about, I only found it when I first faced off against an avalanche here. When I rescued avalanche victims off the mountains, I knew that is where I'd stay. So if you can't get this into your head, the competition night is nowhere to be seen, replaced by a mysterious, crude snowman. Dagenbracker softly sighs and knocks away the snowman's head, revealing a familiar metal helmet. There is no response, but warm steam escaping from the helmet vents indicate the presence of life within. As usual, the locals wait for Dagenbracker to return from the mountain where the avalanche occurred, but today she comes back with a man on her shoulder. Glad you're late, madam. I bet my friends you wouldn't be on time today. It's best not to mess with an avalanche at all. Yaragander's wrath is not so easy to forecast. Dagenbracker nods. Perhaps she has not noticed it, but she has long grown used to responding to the locals' concern for her well-being. Madam Dagenbracker! Thank you for finding Hans. Now we're back to business. Perfect. I just so happen to need this man sent to the station. Get him back to Kajamersh. That's where he belongs. Oh, to not understand the slow life of the winter mountains. Alright then. I think her trust line 2 would be good after this. I feel like I had some notes on that. Info on the word, it's actually a Polish slur. That's why I avoided saying that's why I ended up saying like haya or something else to replace it. While Gnosis and Silverash busy scheming, Dane just chilling with animals. Honestly, I love it. Sounds fantastic. Trust line 2, okay. Let's see here.
this one? Quest line 2?
A few years ago in Yarek, I was dining at a local restaurant I frequented, where some foreign tourists tried to pick a fight with me. Before I could get a word in, the shop owner grabbed me by the arm and shouted to them, "What are you punks doing? Get away from our Yarek lady!" I'll never forget that.
Amazing. Incredible. Yeah, she seems very cool. The E2, this is the E2 art, right? Listen to her assigned to facility line. Where's that? Oh.
We have to use code names here? That's obnoxious.
Okay. I love that she just chose the name of her own weapons. Is a fun connection. Both Cashimere's champions we have as ops have visible bleeding wounds on their E2. Oh, goodness. Wait a minute, is Degenbecker not a code name? No, I think it is. It's the weapon name, right? It's kind of confusing. Arknights' weird understanding of code names by Beloathed. Alright. Let's see here. We've got... Ram. 1, 2, 3. Alright, I think I can get in one more, probably. No way her mom gave her that name. Alright. Let's go to...
You haven't changed one bit, my friend.
Alright then. Okay. Henchman. Alright. Let's see if we can get... Wait. Okay, Courier next, then... Or then Pram. Alright, we'll try to get Cliffheart done then. Or no, Courier, sorry. Alright. Silver Ash Goons. I like Courier! Henchman is criminal. I like Courier. Oh! Silver Ash's Shadow. Okay. Protecting one's liege is not the only way for Courier to show loyalty. Alright. Sunlight dances off the snow-capped mountains, rendering them immaculately radiant. The howling wind carries the tolling of bells and the echoes of chanting voices, weaving through the peaks and narrating countless ancient tales. Here, time seems to have stopped, as if everything has remained unchanged since the dawn of existence. Judging from the depth of the footprints, the snow here is deeper than expected. No doubt from the previous localized snowfall. Given the steep slopes, the snow keeps accumulating. I believe the experts that Sir Enciotes hired said that there could be heavy snowfall in the next few days. If that happens... What is it, sir? Take a team and measure the depth of the snow. Then get an expert to look at the slope gradient. And assess the risk of avalanche. Yes, sir. Then, I'll report to Sir Enciotes once this message has been passed on. Weiss cannot help but frown at the scene before him. Soldiers wearing the finest armor and wielding the best weapons have lost all will to fight. Most lie moaning on the ground. Only a few still have the strength to glare at the tall blonde woman who put them in this miserable state. Weiss raises an eyebrow slightly at the sight of the old man beside the woman. I presume you are not willing to grace us with your presence? I'm just here to whip those weaklings into shape. There is no need for banquets. I simply wish to express my appreciation for your training of Clan Silverash's warriors. No need. I'm not training them for Clan Silverash. And they won't be serving you. You... Madame Degenbracker. Sir Enciotes has a message for you. And? He has a meeting, and your presence is required. Where is he? Waiting for you at home. Very well. That's enough for today. Dismissed.
Ugh. I've heard that she was a stubborn one. Today, I got to see for myself.
You should not have come, Mr. Edwin.
I have to hear it with my own ears to give up. Just as well. I wanted to talk to you too, Weiss. A moment?
Certainly. What is it, Mr. Edwin?
I'll cut straight to the chase. What do you think about Degenbracker, Weiss?
She's very strong. Sir Enciotes is much safer with her around.
You're a smart kid, Weiss. You know that isn't what I'm asking.
You want to know what I think of her presence.
She has taken your place ever since Sir Enciotes brought her back. Do you truly not think anything of it?
What I think is not important.
What's important is that Sir Enciotes' work is progressing.
You sound like you don't like her.
I've heard her reputation. A 3-time champion somewhere. And it's every bit well-deserved from what I saw today. But to spend so much money on one person, and putting her in such an important position... If I may be blunt, Enciotes was short-sighted with this decision.
Pray be careful about your words, Mr. Edwin.
Ever his steadfast defender. I watched him grow up. He has to call me Mr., same as you. Do you think the others don't think the same way? They're just too afraid to speak their mind.
I'm sure it has occurred to you that Sir Enciotes did this in order to gain a foothold in Victorian high society.
Then why not leave her in Victoria? Did he forget he already has a bodyguard in Yarag? And what would this bodyguard think when he saw her? As I've said, what I think is not important. Perhaps that's your outlook. You're a humble boy, after all. But what of the others? How much ground did the Palaroches and Browntails take from us in the years that he was abroad? How many went over to their sides? Who fought tooth and nail to earn what Silverash has now? Master Chester, Matterhorn, you, and old-timers like us. Even if you don't think that way, how many would be envious, unhappy? This isn't about Degenbracker. I've seen my share of proud and capable youngsters. 1 or 2 of her won't do any harm. But those young people he brought back from Victoria will strip our flesh from our bones. Sir Enciotes doesn't play favorites. Of course, he hasn't neglected us. But is that enough? Why are those fledglings considered our equals and even given better treatment? Why should we step aside for them, after all we've given for the clan? Perhaps Sir Enciotes sees their value. What value? Like my second son, who believes that the future of Yerag is in his hands just because he learned a few tricks? Does Sir Ensiodes really believe these arrogant fools can contribute to Yerag's future? Why are you so certain that I'm on your side, Mr. Edwin? I watched you and Matterhorn give everything for the clan in the years Sir Ensiodes was away. Never mind my old friends. I would say this for you two kids. What does it matter if you go and tell him? I would say the same to his face if he was standing in front of me today. But young people never listen. You want to make an example of Madame Degenbracker. Sir Ensiodes and the young people around him need to realize that no foreigner can be the master of Yerag. The easiest way to deal with a flock of unruly foul beasts is to make an example of the one that flies the highest. One moment. We finished the survey, sir. What did the experts say? Sir, Sir Ensiodes trusts him. You can speak frankly. Yes, sir. The expert says that your assessment is correct, and that the slopes over there are dangerous. Any further snowfall could potentially cause an avalanche. I wish I was wrong. We were fortunate to find out now. It would have been too late if not for your experience. Perhaps. We should report it to Sir Ensiodes, shouldn't we? I'll do it. Continue to keep an eye on things. Yes, sir. What's on your mind, Weiss? I understand where you're coming from, Mr. Edwin. Your concern for the future of Clan Silverash is most touching. I knew you would understand. I have an idea. You heard the report. An avalanche is likely to occur in the near future. I will ask Sir Ensiodes to have Madame Degenbracker organize a training near where the avalanche is expected to occur. When it does, we will request assistance. Who knows what will happen in the chaos? A fine plan. I would have thought it premeditated had I not heard you talking to your men. Wait, no, I understand. You've been thinking about this for a while, haven't you? Yes, the others don't know you, but I do. You're a proud boy, deep down. You won't just let someone take your place. Yes, I've been waiting for someone loyal to Silverash like yourself. The old man did not notice the emphasis that Weiss placed on Silverash. Sir, as I was delivering the message, I discovered that an avalanche is likely to occur around Moonfang Peak. How sure are you? Based on my recent meteorological and geographical studies, 90% sure. Expert analysis has confirmed the observation. This is an opportunity. Yes. Do as you see fit. Yes, sir. I said you didn't need to call me sir. Old habits die hard. I may need to borrow Madame Degenbracker. Not a problem. You'll have to convince her yourself, though. Ha, I'll try. Oh, I ran into Mr. Edwin today. Oh, I've heard he's been active. What did he say? He seems to be in good spirits and sends you his regards. Good. A few days later. What is it, Weiss? Coming out here was quite the trip for my old bones. There is something I wish to discuss. What is it? Have you made arrangements regarding Degenbracker? Of course. No need to worry. Good. Say, why are there so few people in the village? Simple. my men went door to door to persuade the villagers to evacuate. The stubborn conservatives are the only ones left. Conservatives? Evacuate? It would have taken more effort if you were better informed. Makes my preparation seem pointless when you just show up like this. You set me up. Not quite. Didn't you hear there was going to be an avalanche? This is the place it's expected to happen. What did you just say? Are you out of your mind, Weiss? I expected you to tell Ensiodes, but I didn't expect this! I'm not sure what you mean. You lured me here and won't let me leave. What do you think I mean? You thought I brought you to Yarrigander's turnover to eliminate you? What else? You cold-hearted, ungrateful bastard! Yes, that's what the people of Yarrag would have thought in the past. But I'll be frank with you, Mr. Edwin. There are easier ways to kill you, if that's what I intended. But progress report. All the buildings near the mountain have been demolished. We have plenty of space to set up a line of defense. As expected, however, we are meeting resistance from some of the residents who refuse to leave. The evacuation? Most of the residents are listening to us and are evacuating. The more stubborn ones refuse to believe us, though. Leave it to me. Where are you going, sir? Requesting Madame Degenbracher's assistance. The old noble frantically tries to escape the room, no longer paying attention to what Weiss is saying. However, Weiss seizes him by the shoulders and pushes his bloated frame toward the warrior. Take good care of Mr. Edwin while I'm gone. Yes, sir. Don't worry, Mr. Edwin. You'll live. At least for today. I need your help with something, Madame Degenbracher. You're out of breath. Something serious? We believe an avalanche is about to occur near Moonfang Peak, and we need your help. Do you really need my help? Of course! My team has set up defenses, but I need you and your team to help protect the residents who insist on staying. If I recall correctly, Ensiodes has given you and your team quite the power. You seem too smart to leave such a large gap that would need me to cover. We're short-handed after all. I'm curious. Why go to such lengths for me? When I was little, I would sometimes run off into the mountains after a fight with Matterhorn. But I always went back home for dinner, my tail between my legs when I got hungry. That was when I learned. No matter what we do out there during the day, we always return to the same place and eat at the same table at night. And it would be too awkward to be on bad terms with someone else at that table. You heard the man. Get ready to move. Ma'am! Yes, ma'am! Like master, like servant. You're just like Ensiodes. I'll take that as a compliment. You just reminded me, though. Speaking of avalanche... Say, isn't Madam a little too distant when we're eating at the same table? Change it. Well... I'll leave it to you. Degenbracher. Degenbracher does not turn around, but neither does she complain. Huh. Time to deal with the other problem. I'm back. What did Madame Degenbracher say? She will help. Good to hear. The people's opinion of her will change if they see her help them out. It's not that she wouldn't. She just needed a chance. What of Mr. Edwin? Much calmer. He asked for a cup of tea. That's the Mr. Edwin I know. I told you I would say the same to Sir Ensiotes' face. I was a fool to be deceived by your facade and to believe you could be won over. You've got me, now do as you will. I went through all this trouble because I know what kind of person you are. If you'd been anything else, you would have died that day in the mountains. Now I'm curious why you planned all this. You were setting the stage for Degenbracker from the beginning. She'll get there eventually. I'm just helping speed things up. Why go to such lengths for her? You thought I would dislike Degenbracker, because you thought I was like you. A decade ago, perhaps I'd agree, but I let those feelings go a long time ago. There are many ways that I can serve Sir Ensiotes. Being his bodyguard is not the only way. And I'm sure he would be disappointed in me if I agreed. Not loathing Degenbracker is one thing. Why would you help her? Would she even appreciate it? At first, I only trusted the judgment of Sir Ensiotes who brought her here. And I admit, she was not easy to get along with. But when you understand that her aloofness is not hostility, only detachment, even confusion, then you realize there is no reason to fear her. You've never seen her standing in the woods, patiently listening to a herder's small talk despite her apparent indifference. If you had, you would want more people to understand and accept her, as I do. It will be a good thing for Yerag, for herself, and for Sir Ensiotes, if she is accepted by Yerag. As for whether she appreciates my help, that doesn't matter. Does Ensiotes know what you're doing? Sir Ensiotes has to take radical measures to achieve his vision. Opposition to his methods is expected, but he only has so much time and energy, and he cannot deal with all of it on his own. I'm simply helping to share the burden where I can. Whether he knows it or not is equally unimportant. Follow me, Mr. Edwin. You will soon learn that Sir Ensiotes' vision has long been much more than just the Silver Ash clan. The old noble suddenly thinks that the avalanche does not matter anymore, because he sees a vast open expanse where houses once stood. A dozen or so massive trucks, laden with heavy machinery, are parked across the field. The robotic arms of the machinery transform and interlock, coming together to form a wall of steel. There's a bit of a story behind this. I've become quite familiar with the mountains and snow of Yerag, after years of delivering Sir Ensiotes' letters. When he returned to Yerag, he authorized me to form an avalanche warning team. We were able to accurately predict this avalanche with the help of the experts who came back to Yerag with him. We can't stop a big avalanche, but we can trigger it before it builds up beyond our capabilities. That way, we nip large-scale avalanches in the bud and prevent them from happening. You're too humble, sir. Initially, we thought the best we could do was issue avalanche warnings ahead of time, since we didn't have the people or resources to stop them. Your plan completely changed things. I just came up with the idea. It's the experts who cracked the complicated math. Preventing large avalanches. Yes, you're looking at our line of defense. It will grow even stronger in the future. When that day comes, anyone can stand where you stand right now, and watch Yaragander's turnover. But for now, you're the first to be in that best seat. Watch as it begins. It begins with a small chunk of snow slipping and falling. As though it were a cue, a low, deep rumble reverberates through the valley. In an instant, the trickle of snow transforms into a roaring torrent,
uprooting trees and sweeping away boulders. The avalanche hurtles down the mountainside with terrifying speed, as if the entire mountain is spilling forth. Everywhere it passes, it paints an awe-inspiring yet dreadly horrifying picture. It was once the stuff of nightmares for the people of Yerag, one that they could not flee fast enough from. This time, however, a group of brave men and women stands firm at the mountain's foot, looking up with confidence. With the wall of steel that they have built, they vow to challenge this snowy authority that has gone uncontested since time immemorial. The tidal wave of ice and snow crashes against the line of defense formed by the trucks. Despite being thousands of times heavier than man, the massive trucks seem insignificant before the power of nature and are pushed back. Some are even toppled. But the wisdom of man prevails. Gradually, the force pushing against the line of steel diminishes. The defense line buckles, but it does not break, slowly coming to a stop a dozen meters before Weiss and the old man. The avalanche, triggered by human hands, has been stopped. When the new railroad is finished, it will carry this line of defense to every corner of Yerag, ready to respond at a moment's notice. Long has Yerrigander's turnover been the terror of Yerag. Many are the lives and homes it has taken. But in the near future, the people of Yerag will sit where you are now, watching our defense line stop avalanches, just as it did today. Could you ever imagine something like this? No, you couldn't. Neither could I. But it's happening before our eyes. The old man's scarf has flown away in the wind. His hair and beard are caked with snow. Otherwise, he is completely unharmed. Weiss continues to grab his shoulder with an iron hand, not giving him the slightest chance to escape. But if he paid attention, the old noble would notice with a side glance that Weiss's attention is not on him at all. His eyes are fixed on the line of steel that he has organized. His tightened grip on the old noble's shoulders is simply out of sheer excitement. Dagenbracker? Shouldn't you be assisting with the evacuation? Why are you coming down from the avalanche? Wait, what's that on your back? I heard there was a couple who weren't able to get out in time. I went to look for them. They're alive. Get them a doctor, now! Yes, sir. And ma'am. Thank you so much, Tegenbracker. So that's an avalanche. Interesting. I'll be going. Feel free to call me when there's another one. Will do. She charged into that avalanche on her own? Honestly, I didn't expect it either. But I hope you understand now. Foreigners are given better treatment because they have what Yerrigander doesn't. What Yerreg can't even imagine. Think about it, Mr. Edwin. Would you, or those behind you, rather get swept away by the tide? Or would you rather ride it and watch as we conquer what once seemed insurmountable? Is it too late to get on board? It's never too late. Sir Enciotes welcomes everyone who is willing to build a new Yerag together. A moment of silence. Then the old man nods, if only reluctantly. I suppose I've grown old. Not that old. Yerag still needs you. I'll think about it, and I'll talk to them. We're counting on it. Weiss smiles. The old man has seen Weiss smile many times. He knows that, more often than not, it is simply a form of self-defense. But this time,
It is sincere. Sunlight dances on his face, and his smile is radiant. Ah! I love this deer! Oh, goodness. Lafita, thank you for following. Thank you. I appreciate it. I love that deer. I switched those two records up perfectly the wrong way. Please excuse me now, I'll swear off the last minute changes. You're fine. It's total, it is a-okay. It is a-okay. I was wondering about that. I was like, wait, are we supposed to, like, first learn about her and then see how she's helping? I was thinking that, but that's okay. It's totally fine. Weiss is great, though, honestly. Alright. Okay, let's see. We have... We did... Yep. Okay. Guess, let me think. We have 4 records and a vignette. I think we can do that next stream, I think. I think that'll be good. I'll probably be able to do that, right? 5 for next stream? I'm thinking about it. It would be 5 for next stream, yeah. It would be 4 records and 1 vignette. I'm just trying to think. I'm trying to think if I want to do 5, because, I don't know how long I would have considered the webcomic to be. We did 3 operator records and a webcomic. So, yeah. Fair enough, 3 hours is plenty. I'm just trying to think. I'm trying to think about how I will feel next time, I guess. Because if I brought it down to 4... Do we have- hang on. Let me just check something really quickly. Actually, I should probably do one more. I'm looking at one of these, and one of these is not like the others. I think I should do one more. Gosh. Oh, thank you, KLMX, for having estimates. I really appreciate it. It helps a lot. Yeah, we're gonna do one more, because otherwise I can't do it. Oh gosh, yep. Alright. We have Cliffheart next, okay.
You should spend your time more efficiently, Doctor.
Okay then. Alright. Snaps. You're gonna go with Cliffheart. Make it easier on yourself later on. I was like, I think this will be fine, and then I looked at some of the estimates and I'm like, oh dear god. Alright. Cliffheart sounds good. I feel like I never do her voice right, so let me just listen to her really quickly. Alright.
Doctor? You really need to work out more, you know?
And the one I picked was the one I should not have picked. Alright, she still has kind of that little bit of a tomboyish. Okay, fair enough. Got it.
Alrighty. Let's move on, shall we? Okay. Cliff Heart. Heart of the Cliffs. The climb is easy. The descent is hard. Noted. That crevice over there should be close enough. Weiss, how long do you think it'll be before my brother comes back? Based on what the master said before the trip, about 3 or 4 more days. Yeah, that's still pretty far from now. Huh? Is that him? No, wait, is it my sister? The Saintess went to the Vinebead Court months ago. With everything she must attend to, there's no way she'd be here. No need to get antsy, I'll get the door. Oh, Auntie Tarja! What brings you here? Tarja? Okay. That's one step closer. The cave's not really all that high up, so I should be there soon. Tearstone? It's a kind of light blue ore, only found in a cave halfway up Mount Carlin. Legend has it that it's the condensed tears of Yerrigander. Almost there. So, Uncle Tarja's condition got worse. The Tearstone that was supposed to last over half a year was used up by autumn, and no one on either side of the mountain can lend him any more? How could this happen? According to legend, Tearstone can only be mined 1 palmful at a time, for that is the size of one of Yerrigander's teardrops. If any more are extracted at once, then they lose their effectiveness. In fact, you were the one who retrieved the one Mr. Tarja was using. That was 2 years ago, though, so you might not remember it. Oh, right. I remember now. Weiss, think you could bring Auntie Tarja with you and drive around to see if anyone else has any Tearstone? Lady, you... I'll keep looking around the house. I remember picking up a little one to use as a decoration, but can't remember where I put it. Are you sure? Yeah, I'm positive. As soon as I find it, I'll grind it down for Uncle Tarja and decoct it. And if you do manage to find one, you don't need to come tell me. Just head straight to the Tarja household. Please be careful, milady. It's not like I'll be doing anything dangerous. Just looking around the house. Anyway, get going already. Someone's life is on the line here. All right. I'll get the car ready. Mrs. Tarja, come with me. Encia turns her head and takes a look at the ashen gray sky. For now, the clouds aren't too dense, and not even a single sign of wind can be seen through the window. Weiss's intuition is as sharp as ever. If it weren't for Uncle Tarja's emergency situation, he definitely wouldn't have left me alone. Seriously, he's way too much of a worrywart. The snow won't be coming down hard until later in the evening anyway, and the cave isn't too high up, just a quick climb up the cliff. Well, up we go! Now all that's left is to head in and mine some Tearstone. Shouldn't take long. Encia closes her eyes and silently bows to the holy Mount Carlin. Success! Fits perfectly, right inside my palm. Still, I may have been pulling a fast one on Weiss. The Tearstones are so pretty. Maybe I really should grab a few more for decoration next time. That said, I can still see the marks I made on the walls here 2 years ago. Nothing's changed at all. Encia stands at the mouth of the cave and looks down the mountain. She can still see the smoke from the Tarja household. Just wait for me. I'll get you your Tearstone in no time flat. Ugh, so cold. The wind's kicking up? Crap, this snowstorm's coming in a lot sooner than I thought. Well, can't get down the cliff anymore. Better take shelter in the cave and wait it out. Wait, no. Uncle Tarya's still waiting for that tear stone, and who knows when the storm will stop. I'll have to descend from the other side then. This route seems usable, but which way am I? This tree looks familiar. Wait, haven't I been here already? I'll make a sign with my climbing rope. At least that way I won't be going in circles. This path is going in the exact wrong direction. The snow couldn't have come at a worse time. I think I've come a pretty long way. The cave is on the side of the mountain where it meets the lake, but I've been heading towards the lake this entire time. I guess I'm already trespassing on Palaroach land then. Stepping into another clan's territory without notice. Even though her brother never went out of his way to discuss the other two clans with her, Encia is no fool. She knows that the Palaroach and Silverash clans have been at odds ever since Enciode's return to Yerag. And before his latest trip, he specifically warned her not to have anything to do with the Palaroaches unless absolutely necessary. The situation in Yerag was too delicate, and even a single careless whisper could trigger an avalanche. Maybe I should turn back before they find me. Wait out the snow before heading back down. No, I can't risk it. Doesn't look like it'll be stopping anytime soon. This is a matter of life and death here. Time is of the essence. At least the snow's thick enough that I didn't get hurt by the fall. I can see the settlements at the foot of the mountain. And the lake, too. Feels like I've been trekking through the mountain's backside for forever. How is there still more trail? I can't even see the lake anymore. I can tell I'm still descending, but this trail is way too long. Suddenly, a figure emerges through the wind and snow and into Encia's field of view, like a miracle. Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? I'm over here! Over here! The figure notices her immediately and walks straight toward her. Thank Yeragander. Are you a hunter from the mountains? How far are we from the bottom? If you follow this trail down, you'll be off the mountain in about an hour and a half. An hour and a half? Still that far? There wouldn't happen to be any shortcuts. There are, but none that can be used in a snowstorm this fierce. I have mountaineering equipment. See this big old backpack? I've got an ice pick, climbing ropes, rock nails, the whole shebang. It could be worth a try then. If you head back a bit to where you just saw the lake, there's a steep little trail covered in snow. Thank you. By the way, I didn't get your... Before Encia could finish her words, there was nothing in her field of view except the wind and snow, as if Yeragander had deliberately hidden her guide from her. She's gone? Well, whatever. Let's head back and give this a shot. It worked! That must have saved at least half an hour. Now to find a place where I can rent a bird and beast, or...
Stop! Who goes there?
Hello? I don't mean any harm,
Huh? Aren't you the second daughter of the Silverash clan?
I can explain,
I'll just patrol the mountain. Save your explanation for the head of our clan.
The fragrance of the hot tea and sweets prepared by the servants still wafts from the table, but the two in the reception room do not sit, nor does a single drop or crumb pass their lips.
Tell me, what's going on here?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to trespass into your territory.
Everyone who gets caught says that.
I mean it though.
So you're telling me you were taking a walk in your backyard, enjoying the snow, and just happened to end up near the lake?
No, I went to mine tear stone from a mountain cave, and it started snowing right as I was about to leave. Since I couldn't get down the cliff near my house, I headed the opposite direction, toward the lake.
Did you not see the dark clouds? You chose now of all times to mine your tear stone? I've heard enough.
No, Mr. Arktos, let me explain!
The second daughter of the Silver Ash clan has trespassed on Palaroch territory. I'll have your brother explain the situation once he returns. If his answer satisfies me, I'll let you go.
He's going to wait for Ensiodes. But Uncle Tarja is sick and can't wait any longer. I need to get this medicine to him right away, which means my only choice is to... But now that it's come to this, I don't know what Mr. Arktos' demands will be, or if my brother will be humiliated. Damn it, none of this has anything to do with the clans! Just because I'm a Silver Ash. I'm sorry, Ensiodes. If this causes any trouble, I'll make it right, I swear!
Judging by the look on your face, it seems you have something to say.
I sincerely apologize for trespassing into the lake area, and I'll accept however you choose to handle this matter. But I went to mine tear stone in order to save someone's life.
Using another's life as an excuse is an awfully tasteless joke, Encia Silver Ash.
I'm not lying! Uncle Tarja, who lives in the mountains, is seriously ill and needs a tear stone to save his life. That's why I went up there. I'll accept whatever punishment you have for me, but I only ask that you send an express train to deliver the tear stone in my backpack to Tarja household in the mountains. Please, I'm begging you!
If you claim to have mined tear stone, then show it to me. This is certainly tear stone, but isn't it a bit too big?
While I was up there, I made sure to test if it could fit in the palm of my hand.
At least some of the Silver Ashes still remember a few of Yerrigander's old teachings. And you want me to deliver this to the Tarja household in the mountains, correct?
Yes!
I suppose I can oblige. Prepare the swiftest burden beast. I'll be heading to the mountains with Encia Silver Ash.
Thank goodness. Wait, back up. With me? Mr. Arktos, do you mean to say...
If the situation is as you described, then your trespass was truly unintentional. Palaroch has no desire to raise a fuss over something like this.
I thought you would...
Would what?
Nothing. Nothing at all. Thank goodness. You have my deepest gratitude, Mr. Arktos. If we waited any longer, we might have been too late. Truly, I can't thank you enough.
You harvested the tear stone. It was your life to save. There's nothing to thank me for.
No, you deserve it. Would you like to stop by my house to rest for a bit? Uncle Matterhorn should be back shortly, and maybe I can let him...
Arktos doesn't utter a word, simply gazing down at the excited Encia like an immovable crag.
Sorry, I'm getting way ahead of myself.
Don't worry about it.
Mr. Arktos.
Did you need anything else?
I still remember back before Ensiodes returned. You were never close to me or my sister, but you didn't keep your distance from us like you do now.
If anyone's responsible for that, it would be your dear old brother, don't you think? While I'm willing to believe that you harbor no ill will, I dare not ignore the possibility that you're part of his plans. Nor do I dare assume that I can beat him on the battlefield of political intrigue.
Is my brother really that odious a person to everyone else?
I can tolerate his scheming, but I cannot turn a blind eye to him trampling all over our traditions.
But not everything from outside is bad. Like, what if there were a better cure for Uncle Tarya's illness in some...
Encia had only finished half her sentence when she sees the expression on Arctaz's face. She realizes then that a single gesture of aid from the patriarch of the Palaroch clan does not mean she has shortened the distance between them. I can see that you and your brother are completely different kinds of people. But both of you are true Silver Ashes.
Doesn't that also make you a true Palaroch?
Ah, of course.
But you're still helping me.
Do you think I should have sentenced Tarya to death or continued to detain you?
No, that's not what I meant. I just don't quite understand.
Then keep mulling it over. You still have a long life ahead of you. Let's go. Hold on to your own stuff. You were so excited to leave that you forgot your bag.
Is that you, Lady Encia? Weiss? It's me, over here! I was worried sick about you. Promise me you'll never do something that risky ever again. But I'm perfectly fine, aren't I? The Tearstone got delivered in time to boot. Maybe I ran into a snag or two along the way, but all's well that ends well.
Ah, you're just as stubborn as the Master.
By the way, you may not know this, but part of the reason he left the country this time was to develop Tearstone as a resource. How so? He'd already asked Victoria's scientists to study it earlier, and it turns out the reason Tearstones can cure illnesses is because they contain a special substance. And taking more or less from the cave at once does not change its efficacy. If we can make an industry out of mining and refining Tearstone, not only would that boost Yerag's economy, but our medicine could also benefit people in other countries. You won't have to risk your life to harvest it anymore. Upon hearing Weiss's words, Encia couldn't help but think back to what she saw in the cave. The crystal-clear tearstones embedded in the rock wall, almost pulling her into a trance, as if they really were Yerigander's tears. Twice has she plucked them from that wall for Uncle Tarya's sake, and the traces of her theft were left clearly in those vacant holes. They mingle with dozens of other such scars, each of indeterminate age. Encia suddenly becomes uneasy, as if there were a conflict between her brother's development plans and the pristine beauty of the cave. In an attempt to dispel some of her unease, she tries to change the topic. By the way, what are we doing for dinner? I heard Matterhorn mention that today's entree will be braised beast meat. I'm quite looking forward to it. I didn't even realize I was hungry until now, but my stomach started growling as soon as you said that. Glad to hear you have a healthy appetite. Anyway, I trust you'll sort out your mountaineering bag as usual, while I go help out in the kitchen? Okay. Oh, Weiss, you joker. This afternoon, I was just about to thank you when you vanished without a trace before you could tell me your name. Yet I arrived here all the same. Here, it's a letter for you. For me? From my sister? Allow me to introduce myself. I am the Saintess's head maid, but you can call me Ya. Enya's head maid? Could it be that she knew I'd be climbing the mountain today and sent you to guide me? As if I was heading down to do some shopping and bumped into you by chance. Then you'd better not tell her that I climbed down the mountain in the snow. Let's see here. I wonder how she's doing in the Vinebead Court. Phew, sounds like it's going well. By the way, Yar, thanks for delivering this. I'll tell Uncle Matterhorn to make dinner for... Shh, I snuck in here. Snuck in? But why? Think about it. What would Weiss do if I graciously knocked on the front door, claiming to be the Saintess's head maid? He'd definitely report it to your brother. From Enceotis's perspective, people from the Vinebead Court slipping down to bring you mail when he's not around is more than enough reason to go on high alert. Oh. Fair enough. Anyway, I'll wait for him to return before I formally introduce myself to everyone in the family. Gotcha. Yar, this letter doesn't say anything about it, but Enya's still upset at him, right? To be honest, yes, I believe so. Do you think she'll end up siding with Mr. Arktos in the end? You've known the Saintess much longer than I have, and should know far more about her place in the Silver Ash clan than I do. She may be very upset at your brother, but you are still a sister to both of them. Otherwise, you wouldn't be receiving this letter at all. But she's now the Saintess of the Vinebead Court. Even if she wants to protect me, what can she do in our current situation? It's like how I had a run-in with Mr. Arktos today, and discovered that he's not a bad person at all. No matter who they are, as long as they're involved in the struggle for power or profit, they'll always... So that's what you're worried about. Come, let's cheer you up a bit first. The Saintess's cheerful and optimistic little sister shouldn't be acting so gloomy. The Saintess is not someone who will allow herself to be led around by emotions. She knows better than anyone how much responsibility sits on her shoulders. But the actions she ends up taking depend not only on your brother, but also on you. You are not his tool. You have your own path to walk. Choose it, and you will definitely have an influence on them both. I can't promise anything, but it's possible that the path you take will eventually form the bridge between them. I see. I'm starting to get what you mean. Then I'll be heading back. It's hard keeping away from the Weiss's prying eyes. So soon? I haven't even had a chance to properly thank you. We'll be seeing each other a lot more in the future. Bye for now, Encia. See you later, Yar. Encia watches the door close in front of her and sighs softly before painstakingly folding the opened letter back up and stowing it in her pocket. She then turns around and begins to organize her backpack. Halfway through, she feels something strange inside her bag. She digs around and places what she finds in front of her. 2 pieces of candy. One is from the Palaroach clan's reception room. She racks her brain hard to figure out where the other piece came from. Only then does she recall eating it once as a child. It was found only at the Vinebead Court. Sneaky maid. Oh. Fun fact, those tear stones were in the Stronghold Protocol event a couple weeks ago, buffing all Yarag operators with extra cold infliction. Oh dang. Very sneaky maid. I love how so many little things just keep coming back around. It makes it really nice, I think. Alright. With that, I think that we are gonna be done for today. So then we'll have, wait, read that right? Matterhorn, Prem, Silver Ash. Yes. Yep, and then, okay, and then a vignette. I think that will make sense. Alright. with that being said, our next stream is going to be on Thursday. We are going to be doing the same type of thing that we did Monday, but this time we're going to replace some of the images with operators. So if there are any photos that you liked that people shared in the Starlight chat channel in the Discord, feel free to grab any of them, copy them, and list any operator that you might want me to turn the photo into. It doesn't have to be one that we already did. In fact, probably better if we don't. I think it would be a fun way to sort of play around with lighting and trying to make some pretty cool paintings. If you are new here, hello, welcome in. Please make sure that you subscribe on YouTube, follow on Twitch if you haven't yet, and do consider joining our Discord. We do have an Arknights channel, and there is a role to grab so that you are able to talk in the Discord. Go to the rules channel, grab the Stargazer role, and you can talk freely in the Discord. And it's the best way to get notified when we go live, so we would be happy to have you. With that being said, we will finish this up Saturday, we will do painting on Thursday, and have a fantastic rest of your day, evening, or night, wherever you may be in the world or the many worlds beyond. And well, thank you so much, and all the best. And thank you for the Discord shout-out, Siam Zero, I appreciate it. Alright. All the best.